Welcome back, everyone. Today is another special guest on the show, a good friend of mine from dental school, Dr. Leero Majority. Welcome, Leero.
Hi, Ash.
Hello, hello. So, if you're watching this on YouTube, you might notice something different. I'm not sitting in my usual spot. I'm a creature of habit, right? And I like to have my spot. But today, Leero insisted. He's like, "No, this is my better side. I'm going to sit there," and I acceded to his request. So that those who know me as a bit of a stubborn, hard-headed person will know it took a lot, but I did it for Leero.
Thank
He's
you.
calling the shots today.
Such a gracious host.
and Dr. Yak, whose studio is where we record at, has gone all out and given Leero fancy crockery and stuff.
Yeah.
Welcome, Leero. Thanks, man.
He's my showrunner.
Yeah. Thanks for joining me, man.
You're welcome.
Because you on the theme of calling the shots, and you're going to call the shots, I'm going to ask you up front, is there anything out of bounds that I can't ask you about? Any T's and C's? Or is it open canvas, carte blanche?
Because I trust you.
Yeah.
I'm going to make you sign an NDA. I'm kidding. No, you can ask me anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And anyway, if there's anything, we can always cut it out, right? If anything needs to be cut out.
Yeah.
So yeah, thanks for joining me. Also, here's another story for the viewers and listeners. I mean, it wasn't easy to get you on the show. You know, as surprising as it might sound, I've got a few people lined up.
Yeah.
And for you, I had to send you an email, ask you, explain to you X, Y, and Z. What is it? I expected this from most doctors. What is it about doctors that they don't like to come out and talk about things? And what do you think?
I don't know about others, but I'm very the day and age that we live in with social media and all of that, it just becomes very tricky.
Yeah.
And I'm a very private person, so I get really nervous when I have to do interviews and stuff like that. So yeah, that's why I did. It's not because I didn't want to be on your show. It's just that I was nervous.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm going to try and make it like we're just talking like old friends.
Yeah.
I love this show because it gives me an opportunity to just talk to people that I know for a while and never have conversations with. So yeah, I mean, let's start off with just something I was thinking of when we were driving to the studio.
Yeah.
What's your favorite thing to do? Just in general. Where are you the most comfortable and the most happy? Is it in...
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I'm the most comfortable and most happy actually in my house.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love being in my house and being my space. I'm an Aquarius.
Yeah.
So we love our own company.
Yeah.
But I love being in my house and my own space. But funny enough, what I also like is traveling.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's something that I'm getting into and that I've discovered that is very therapeutic. And yeah.
So two polar opposites, like being at home or traveling.
Being at home or traveling and being out of the country.
Yeah, I would never just knowing you. Well, not if I didn't know you as well as I do.
Yeah,
I would have never believed that you're a house plant type that likes the house because you are.
I never used to be like that.
Really?
I think it's just growing up and stuff. But before, you know me, I'm a people's person. I like being the life of the party and all of that. But that was me back then. But now it's a totally different thing. I like my own space. I like peace and quiet.
Yeah. What's changed?
I don't know. I just grew up.
Okay.
Yeah, I just grew up and, people evolve and stuff. So, yeah.
That is so true. I mean, when we were setting up just now, you're like, yeah, sure, you're such a perfectionist. You're getting old. And I think
you've changed as well. You're no longer the same Yash that I have known.
Which is?
You are not a perfectionist.
Okay.
Yeah, you just did everything to get it done.
Yeah.
And then you moved on to whatever task.
It will explain to viewers, you know me from dental school, right?
Yeah.
What is it, first year? Yeah.
First year.
Yeah. And what was your impression of me?
Chilled.
Yeah.
Like soccer.
Yeah.
Like PlayStation.
Yeah. Yeah. Like dentistry?
No. I don't know what you like.
Yeah.
You just like life.
Yeah.
you know.
Okay. So now it's like I'm this boring, grumpy perfectionist.
I won't say grumpy.
Yeah.
You're not grumpy. You're just a perfectionist.
Yeah.
And you've become a dad now.
Yeah. Literally and figuratively. And the bod. Last week. Okay, if you've watched last week's episode
with Gunther.
With Gunther, yeah? Our classmate.
Yes.
We had the couch.
Hi, Gunther.
I hope he's watching. We had the couch. And somebody very close to me is like, let me take it back a step. So I usually wear like black or dark colors.
Right.
And some people think I'm trying to be like Stephen Bartlett, who's got Diary of a CEO podcast, trying to copy the guy.
Okay.
But the real reason is that like dark colors, help flattering.
Yes.
Flattering the figure,
yes.
Literally and figuratively. But last week's show, somebody close to me was like, even though you're wearing a black shirt, like I can still see something there. So I was like, you know what? What do I care? I'm a dad. I've got a dad bod. I'm literally and figuratively a dad. So today I'm wearing white, which is like the worst color to wear if you're trying to hide things.
Yeah. Just own it.
But yeah, okay. So you think now I'm just a dad and things change. But that's the thing, right? When we knew each other, how many years ago? Before 2010, so 2006.
Yeah.
That's like 19 years ago.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
People change in 19 years. You grow, hopefully.
Yeah. Go for the better.
So, the person in campus is not the same person, now, 19 years later.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Absolutely not. People have grown up. They've changed. I won't say changed, but like evolved.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's a part of growing up process. Like it's part of even a butterfly. It wasn't a butterfly when it started out. It was a caterpillar or something like that.
Yes.
Then it evolved and it's part of life.
Yes. And you watched the Gunther episode and you might remember Gunther at that stage.
He's totally different even now. He's still Gunther, but like he's totally different now. Yeah.
And people watching this might remember Leero from undergrad.
I wonder what they think of me now.
Yeah. And am I right? It's like, what's your last memory of a person is what stays in your mind, right? So you might think that person's like that.
Even with me, with Serule. Serule was one of my close friends,
Dr. Masha Maite.
Dr. Masha Maite.
Yeah.
And she's totally different now.
Yeah.
But she's still Serule.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like
yes.
she's a mother, she's grown up, and she's evolved that way. But she's totally different. So it's...
Yeah, some of my high school friends that watched a couple of episodes are like, she's too serious and things on the show. And I was like...
They don't know you now. They still think of you as...
That's the thing. You'll remember a person from high school.
Yeah.
So, okay, take me all the way back because somewhere along the show, I want to try and figure out between you and me, like what made you get into dentistry. But I always personally think things go all the way back to childhood. Can we go all the way back? Where did you grow up? What did you want to be when you were growing up?
So I grew up in Durban, in a small town called Newlands East.
Okay.
Shout out to Newlands East.
Yeah.
And it was a very humble a beginning.
Okay.
And I went to primary school there, high school there, even creche and everything. I grew up in Newlands East.
Yeah, proper.
And I was raised by my grandmother.
Okay.
In a 1-bedroom flat on Maspanka Avenue.
Okay.
And sorry, I got a cold.
Yeah.
So my my grandmother, she unfortunately passed away when I was in grade 11. So, excuse me.
Yeah, feel free to. Yeah.
She in grade 11, and then I was taken in by my best friend Melissa and her grandmother for the next 2 years.
Okay.
So that I didn't have to go into a new school, and my auntie wanted to take me over, but like she didn't want to change my school and everything. So what would happen is that on the weekends or sometimes on weekends, but like usually school holidays, and I would go to Richards Bay and then come back, and it was like that. Then
to your aunt in Richards Bay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, that's far away from Durban.
That's far away. It's like 2 hours.
2 hours. Yeah.
So I'd go once in a while. But like usually on some weekends and then school holidays.
Yeah.
Then from that, I think that's when I made a decision that I'd want a better life for myself. Like growing up in Newlands, it's not the nicest place to grow up. It's the ghetto. So you always strived to be better, and you want to be better. You want to have a better life. So one I would say maybe my mother's sister, she had a coffee shop in Cape Town. She had moved back from the United States, and she had a coffee shop in Cape Town, and then I would go occasionally to also go see her.
Yeah, in Cape Town.
In Cape Town.
Your auntie, okay?
My auntie, my mother's sister.
So not the one from Richards Bay?
No.
Okay, different.
So I'll go to Richards Bay sometimes, and then I'll go to Cape Town. Like there was a time when she was in Cape Town. And then maybe I went 3 times to Cape Town, to be honest.
Yeah.
And then this other time I had a toothache.
Yeah.
So she decided to take me to a dentist.
In Cape Town?
In Cape Town.
Yeah.
And when I went to the dentist in Cape Town, it was the first time I've been to a dentist.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
When was this, and what part of your life?
Been to the dentist.
What stage in your life is this?
I think I was 16.
Okay, yeah.
16 or 15.
Well, you did well to make it all the way to 16, 15 and not need a dentist. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, growing up in Newlands, really, you only go to the doctor when there's something wrong. Like, you don't really...
But this is what I'm saying. You did well to not have toothache and
No, I never really had a toothache until I was that age. And then we went there and he...
In Cape Town?
In Cape Town. Yeah. And...
were you scared or what?
I wasn't scared. I was just like, oh, okay, we're going to go to the dentist. And then we went there and this guy, I was greeted by this fabulous guy.
Yeah.
He smelled amazing. He looked really nice and soft.
Yeah.
Kind of like Yak, you know?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Did he have the Whitney blowout? What do you call it?
No, he didn't have the Heartbreak Hotel.
For those of you that don't know, I mean, because I didn't get this. We're referring to the hair.
Oh my God.
Hair.
Anyway.
Yeah.
So he had a Rolex. I know this is like...
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
And he had like just amazing aura.
Yeah.
I'm like, now I want to be him, you know?
Okay.
I want to be that guy.
This is probably grade 9, grade 10, around there.
Grade 11.
Grade 11, okay.
So, and then I'm like, now what do I do? And I asked him, like, when he's like, no, I want to be like you when I grow up.
Wait, can I stop
literally
you?
say that.
Can I stop you? So all these thoughts are going through your mind before he even lays a hand on you?
I didn't know what I wanted to do.
No, before he lays a hand on you.
I was sitting on his chair and then he does all the stuff and then he's like talking to me in between and stuff.
And you're observing.
And then I'm observing and I'm looking at him. So I noticed from the moment he came in.
Exactly.
Then I'm like, no, there's something nice about this guy. And I wasn't looking at him from like, you know, I was just looking at him as like an inspiration.
Yeah.
Because I knew what I wanted, and that was to leave the ghetto.
Okay.
I didn't want to be in Newlands.
Yeah.
I didn't want to be in the ghetto. I wanted to have a better life, but I didn't know exactly what I wanted. And then when
did he fix your problem?
Yeah, he did.
Okay.
I think he did a class 1.
Class 1 is a filling. Remember, there's not only dentists watching this.
Oh, okay.
He did a filling.
He did a filling on me. Yeah, and then
what was his name? Do you remember?
I don't remember his name.
Didn't you
I
think
called
to
my
find
auntie and I asked him, well, this is now.
Yeah.
I'm like, what is that guy's name again? He was a colored.
Okay. Yeah.
He was a biracial.
Yeah. Okay, well, I see you catering to the US audience here because people don't know about colored, right? The term colored.
No, outside of South Africa.
Outside of South Africa, they think it's a derogatory term.
Yeah, so it just means that you're biracial.
In South Africa?
In South Africa.
Yeah.
So it's not derogatory in the Republic of South Africa, but like outside, particularly the United States, it's frowned upon.
So you don't call yourself so he was a colored guy?
For argument's sake, let's just say biracial. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. He was a and I forgot.
Did you speak to him on the day and stuff?
I spoke to him and I asked him, hey, I really want to be you. Then he's like, you need to go to university. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Then he's like, you can go to UC, you can go to not UCT, UWC or something.
Yeah,
like that's where he graduated from. And Wits, Pretoria. And he was mentioning Madunsa. Back in the days, it was called Madunsa. Now it's called
SMU, Sefako Makgato University.
So I'm like, oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Interesting. And then the whole way back home, I was talking to my auntie. I'm like, this guy's fabulous. I want to be him. And she was just laughing at me and she was just like, But like I had a goal from that moment. I knew what I wanted to do, and I was going to do whatever it takes to be that guy.
So that's it. Grade 11, 15, 16 years old, your whole life, growing up, Newlands East, raised by grandmom. What do you call it? Granny?
My granny, yeah.
Granny?
Yeah.
And you're not thinking about what you want to do. You have this toothache. You happen to be in Cape Town.
Yeah.
Your aunt takes you to this fabulous guy
wearing
a Rolex and looking cool. He inspires you. He takes time to tell you about how to get into it and tell you what you need to do and do it. So before then, were you ever thinking of any career or, how you're going to get yourself out of Newlands East? What were you thinking?
I was thinking of being an air pilot as well.
Right. And where did that come from?
Because I've never been on a plane. That time I was not taking planes.
Yeah.
Greyhound was my thing.
Okay.
Like that's what we could afford. Okay. Greyhound, Translux, Roadlink.
Yeah.
We knew, even the Eagle line.
When was the first time you caught a flight?
The first time I caught a flight was in 20.
Like what?
When you picked me up from the airport, I think when we were coming back
from campus.
No, from America.
Oh, really? So after your first flight...
That was my first time going to the United States.
And that was your first flight?
In university.
First flight was in university?
Yeah, when I was going to the United States.
And it happened to be an international flight?
It happened to be
you went
my first time. Yeah, I was like...
Yeah.
Yeah, God was like, you know what? You're not going to do local.
Don't do domestic here.
No, you're not that
Your first
child.
time you're going overseas.
Yeah, so it's thing. And then remember when I asked you to come pick me up, like when I came back, and then Robin wrote on the thingy, like with our pictures, like gone to the United States, USA. Like remember we had like photos everywhere in all the departments.
One thing people are going to learn about me is my memory is bad in this. Because remember I was talking to Gunther last week.
With our student numbers and everything, and then Robin will always do that. Like she would go and write gone to the USA.
Dr. Robin Saunders.
Dr. Robin Saunders.
Yeah, your bestie.
Yeah.
Sure. So your first flight was in university. I didn't know that, eh?
Yeah, that was my first flight. And Cassie's mom took me to the airport.
Wow.
Like after because did we promote in dentistry? Because I wasn't.
You could promote it first, yeah.
First year.
First and second year, I can't remember.
I don't know.
But we digress. Cassie takes you, so that's your first flight. At the age of probably, 20?
Cassie.
Yeah, Cassie left dentistry.
She left dentistry. She, because her dad owned restaurants, Greek restaurants.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you remember she was Greek.
Yeah.
Yeah, so her dad
she still is probably, yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, Cassie.
Yeah. So do you think she made the right choice?
I think she made the best choice because, I mean, she was so much more happier and she did the culinary stuff.
Yeah.
And she did that and she was like, look, I'm going to take you to the airport because I was hustling throughout my university.
Yeah.
I was hustling.
Yeah.
You guys were from like the nice schools, remember?
Yeah. Who's you guys?
You,
yeah.
Yufti.
Yeah. Who else?
Cassie.
Dropping names here, yeah.
Karu.
Calling out all these people, yeah. Gunther came from poverty, but did you watch last week's?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I don't know. It gets different for him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's different. Like I don't know. Maybe they didn't have the latest Mercedes in the.
I hope
Dad had the older model.
I hope Gunther's watching because even if you look carefully at last week's episode with Gunther, I named it from poverty to whatever, and I put the poverty in inverted commas. I don't know if anybody noticed that. But that's why I'm harping on this. So you reckon we were the privileged ones and you were hustling?
Definitely, yes.
Why?
Yes, you grew up in Mhlanga Rocks.
Yeah. No, I'm not denying this.
Mercedes Benz in second year. The polar bear.
So I'm not denying this. I agree with you. I come from privilege.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. No, you got to. you got to own it and accept.
Yeah,
that's my view. My view.
Yes, and I would want that for my kids as well.
Let me tell you a story, right? Which made me realize how privileged I was. Okay, I think it was first year. It must have been in registration on the first year of dental school. We were standing in some line, and somehow we had our matric results with us. I don't know why. I don't think I dreamt this. I think this really happened. Or maybe I was in the line talking to somebody with me. So the first black friend I ever made, and it's relevant to this story, was in university. I mean, even though I'm from Durban, KwaZulu Natal, yeah, it was Cephas. Even though I'm from KwaZulu Natal,
because you were so...
Yeah, the first black friend I had proper, like the black person that I brought to my house as a friend was Cephas. But this is, this context is important, right? Because I was standing in that queue for registration and I was talking to a black guy. I think it might have been Ishmael Sedibe, Dr. Sedibe, who I'm hopefully also going to get on. And we were discussing how we did in matric, because we just fresh out of matric, right? So they were like, yo, you got 6 A's. Ishmael was like, yo, you got 6 A's, dude. Like, you're amazing. And I didn't feel like I was amazing. And then I asked him, how did you do it? Or it might have been Ishmael or somebody, but their highest mark was like a C, right? And I thought, yo, how does this guy get it? It's really hard to get into medicine and the industry with even my 6 A's. I didn't get in. But he didn't have it, right? So I'm thinking, now this is a bit weird. How is that fair? You know, in my privileged mind, growing up sheltered and not. But what I then quickly learned in university is that it didn't matter how many A's you had in matric or in high school.
You just need to be dedicated.
You need to work and you need to know how to do it. And these guys that had like the highest mark as a C, when they were growing up, they didn't have parents taking them to school every day and picking them up and taking them to cricket and picking them up and going on weekends, and mom is cooking meals, at home and bringing it up while Yash is studying and having the softest life ever. They did it themselves. And as soon as they got into university, those guys thrived. I was the one scraping through every year, failing, even though I was the 6 A's in matric guy. But those people were making it work. And it took me getting into first year and seeing this to realize that, and people are talking about it now, it's big in US politics, we don't have to get into it, but people are talking about merit, the Kifness, who's that singer, the South African singer, who remixes songs. Thank you for sunshine. Thank you. He always collaborates. He does cat.
Is that a South African?
So the kid is not South African, but he collaborated with him and made a song. But the point I want to make is that people talk about merit, right? Now, if you look at me, I had 6 A's. If you compare it to that guy who had the highest mark as a C, you'll say on merit, Yash deserves it, right?
Yes.
But actually, I got through just chilled. I had everything on my plate.
If the circumstances were the same,
yes,
I think whoever, the one that you said there was a C, whatever, you probably would have done the same.
Exactly. And vice versa. If I was in his, I would have probably actually done worse than that.
Yeah.
So I think merit is a very subjective thing, and it depends on what you've got growing up.
It's also like saying, like, what makes a good doctor? Like, what makes a good doctor? That's a very
subjective
thing, because in this day and age, what makes a good doctor is how you treat a patient.
Yeah.
When I say treat, I don't mean like
technically,
like if they have a mycobacterium that you gave an antibiotic and they feel better. But like, how did you manage that patient? How did you treat them? Were you kind? Were you loving? Were you
the interaction with you,
their experience you have? That's more important than the actual thing.
This is a theme that's coming up in a lot of my interviews.
Especially these days. It's because of the society that we live in and the world that we live in.
No, but also, like, I totally agree with you. And I do this quite often, right? Like, my dad, for example, and I mentioned this in another show. He says, okay, that dentist is brilliant. And I said to him, Dad, how do you know he's brilliant? Like, how do you know he's brilliant? You don't know that he's cut your class 2 cavity and he's prescribed you don't know the technicalities, right?
Probably cut it the same way as that one. That one also cut it that way.
Yes, but the point I'm making is that patients, they judge you based on their experience with how you made them feel. I think we spoke about it with Yak in the first episode.
And that's something they don't even teach us in university.
They don't, eh?
It's so important.
Yeah.
It's so important. It's so important. Like,
but maybe, look, we were in university how many years ago now? 15 years ago. Maybe they started teaching that.
No, they haven't. I got a ComServe.
Oh, you've got a community service dentist working with you?
I get new ComServes every year. So, from Pretoria.
Okay. But before we go forward, I want to still go back. We were on that conversation of you wanted to be a pilot.
Yes.
Because of what?
Because I wanted to be one. I wanted to drive a plane.
But you'd never flown.
I was always fascinated by them, and I'll look up in the sky and I'll see them. I'm like, how did this thing get big?
Yeah.
I want to be the person who drives it. I want to be the person in power who's in control. And I just wanted that. And I wanted the ability to fly and go across the world and just have that type of lifestyle.
Until you got to grade 11 and you met Dr. X. We have to call him Dr. X.
Dr. X.
We need to figure out who he is. After this, we'll do some research. I can't believe you haven't found out by now.
He was in Kuilsrivier.
Kuilsrivier.
In Cape Town.
What was the practice name?
I forgot.
Maybe if viewers will know, can you describe him? Colored guy. Tall.
Light skinned.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
Wore a Rolex.
He had a Rolex.
Yeah. Okay.
I think it was a Datejust.
So, okay. The only Rolex I know is the Submariner.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and that's probably like the cheap Rolex. It's like the entry level.
Like that. There's
it's like the entry
like
Rolex.
That. All of them are nice.
Okay, but describe him more. Say, where's a Rolex? Tall, light-skinned, colored guy, charming. Is he handsome?
Yeah, that's subjective as well. But
okay, in your opinion.
In my opinion, he was.
So if there's any viewer out there that can just connect the dots for us, Kuilsrivier. Okay, how old was he at that time?
Oh, I don't know.
Like around, probably like older than, obviously much older than.
Like our age group at that time.
Okay, so he, in your mind, he's an old guy.
He's in retirement now.
Okay. Until you get to grade 11, you realize I want to be a dentist.
Yes. Right?
Now, you mentioned your mom.
Yeah.
And you said your granny brought you up. You were brought up by her. So where was mom?
My mother was in the United States.
Since when?
Time. Okay, so my mother moved to the United States when I was in primary school. And the reason why she did that was because she wanted a better life for me.
Okay.
And my mother didn't have any qualifications, and she had an opportunity to go there. Unfortunately, when my mother moved to the United States, she didn't move legally.
Okay.
And so she stayed there. She worked like 3-4 jobs, sending money back, the usual stuff.
I don't know the usual stuff, Leero. I don't know this. Remember,
American,
as you said, I come from
story.
Okay, the typical American dream type of
dream.
Immigrant, but immigrant story. People go to the US for a better life. What was she doing here?
She wasn't doing anything.
Okay.
My mother didn't have any qualifications.
Yeah.
So.
Are you the only child?
Yeah, I'm her only child.
Okay. And dad?
My father passed away when I was 2 years old. He was murdered on Christmas Day.
Really?
Yeah.
What was he?
He was
a cop or something?
No, he wasn't a cop. My dad was actually an electrician.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I was 2 years old, he got murdered. I think he was coming to visit me, and they mistaken him for somebody else. And then
so you never really met your dad, know your dad?
Really know.
You got photos of him?
Yeah, I do.
And your mom tells you stories about him and stuff?
My cousins, like Cindy tells me stories all the time. My cousin Cindy, because she grew up with him, and my other cousins that are older than me tell me stories and stuff. Yeah.
So they tell you like you would have loved him or what?
Yes, you know.
I don't know, because you never know. Maybe they would have said, okay, you never know, right?
Yeah.
Sure. I actually didn't know this. I knew your mom was in America, obviously.
Yeah, I didn't tell you about my biological dad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're raised by granny.
My grandmother took me in.
Yeah.
After she was took, because my mother had me when she was 18.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she took me in, because that was her son. So she took me in, and then my grandmother raised me in Newlands East ever since. And then.
And was she like the disciplinarian type?
My grandmother was very strict.
Yeah.
Very, very strict. Like I had like all programs set out for me. Like I was an altar server because I was Catholic.
Yeah. What does that do?
Altar boy.
Oh, yeah? Explain, remember. Look,
did you know what an altar boy is?
I'm not Christian. I'm Hindu technically, but I don't even know.
We
don't even
facilitate the service.
Yeah.
With the pastor.
So is that a very like
with the albs and the robes and the.
So it's quite an important role and dignified.
Oh God, it was one of the early things where I learned how to be accountable and it brought me closer to God and all of that.
And granny made sure.
Confirmed.
Yeah.
I did my first communion there.
Where?
Baptism, Holy Family Catholic Church in Newlands.
Yeah. And your grandmother made sure all of this.
He passed away years ago.
So you went to naughty. You were a good kid. You were like a very well behaved.
Yes, and I did well in school as well.
How come?
Huh?
How come? Why?
Because my grandmother was always like doing all of that stuff.
So you think it's because of her?
After classes and that. So.
Not just because you were naturally like.
I mean, also that, but like I worked for it as well. But that's more important to go and go work for something.
But you do acknowledge that she played a big role.
She played a really big role in me. And I would also have like after school stuff. Like I was always in a program. Like I would go camping as well.
Right.
And
camping. You see, and you told me you come from.
What?
Camping sounds very quite.
I mean, yeah.
Quite a.
But like we'd do that like
preppy thing
for
to do.
Church.
Oh. It wasn't part of school.
No. Okay, right. I think Ferndale we did that. We went camping once to St. Lucia.
This is your school, primary school?
Yeah, primary school. With, oh God, I forgot. I don't know who it was. But we used to go, and then I think in Hillview we also went once. I'm not sure.
Okay.
I don't remember.
So you used to go camping. And so you
we went to the Drakensberg.
How did you go to school?
St. Lucia.
How would you go to school?
I took a taxi halfway.
Yeah, like a proper taxi.
It was like R1.50 or something.
Because if there's any American people watching, they might think you're taking a yellow cab or something.
No, like a minivan. A minivan.
You used to take a taxi full time to school, back
down.
How does it work? I've never taken a taxi in my life.
Oh my goodness, yes.
I've never.
I haven't been one in a long time, but like it was like R1.50 like for halfway, and then going to town was like R3 or R5.
So you got to get into this thing from your. How do you get into it?
I stayed in Maspanka.
You do what?
No, I stayed in Maspanka Avenue.
Okay.
So all the roads in Newlands East are named after fish.
Okay.
You have Maspanka, which is a fish.
Right.
You have hake, which is a fish.
Yeah.
You have Jondori.
Yeah.
You have herring. There's snook.
Is there snook?
Yes, there's snook place.
Snook place.
Kabeljaw.
Okay.
Bass.
Yeah,
sea bass.
Yeah,
There's sea bass road.
Shad.
There's sea bass road. Swordfish.
Blacktail.
Kabeljaw.
Barracuda.
Barracuda. There's
Really?
even a school named Barracuda.
Okay.
A primary school.
In Newlands East?
In Newlands East.
Wow.
All the roads, bizarrely, were named after fish. I don't know why.
It's a bit fishy.
I don't know. It's very fishy.
Yeah, I was waiting for you to appreciate the fishy.
Dad joke.
Okay, so you go from that fish road. Tell me how you take a taxi?
Okay, so I stayed at Maspanka, and I forgot the name of the place where we stayed. There's a particular name of the place. Oh God, I forgot. It was next to Say It. So I'll jump out, go leave my grandmother's flat, then and just halfway.
Yeah.
Not even taxis. Those days, the taxis were like taxing. So you had like Earthquake, you had Corrupt, you had Notorious, all these. It was part of Durban culture, like with they do them up and then put sound systems in it.
Look, I'm trying to put on a non-Durbanite hat when I'm listening to the story.
They don't understand it.
You talk about Earthquake and stuff. Let's explain
names of taxis.
Let's explain it to them like they've never been.
It's like a culture. Like they stopped doing that ever since they moved from the high ace taxis.
What is that?
I'm sounding like a taxi queen, but like it made me sad.
You're saying
like they moved.
You're saying they stopped doing that. What are you talking about?
The culture.
What culture?
Of taxis, yes.
Explain it to people that don't know.
Like Durban taxis were a vibe. Like they had like they decorated them.
Yeah.
They'd have themes. They'd have like
stickers, like vinyls
all over it. Each taxi was different. That one's called Earthquake.
Yeah.
That one's called Corrupt. That one's called Notorious. That one's called
what? Why Earthquake?
What?
I mean, I can imagine already, but it's probably called Earthquake.
And it would have loud sound.
That's it. That's what I'm trying to get at. Like taxis used to have proper. See, as a non-taxi user, I know this.
Music was the most important thing back then.
Who and the drivers?
Oh gosh, yeah. Like you'll have drivers, like different types of drivers, but I was not really
like a diverse set of drivers. Somebody told me they were very shocked. Can't remember if it was Cafus, but it was their first time in Durban, right?
Oh, it was Cafus.
What did he say? What did he say?
I don't remember what he said.
Okay,
but like it was Cafus.
But the person said this. They were like, "Yes, they are Indian taxi drivers."
Huh?
I can't believe
he said that. that?
Yeah, they couldn't believe that there were Indian taxi drivers.
There's Indian taxi drivers, there's colored taxi drivers.
In Durban. But people don't know this.
It's a business. It's a serious...
No, what people don't know is because, when I realized this was when I left Durban, right? People think that like Indian people all drive BMWs and that's in their mind. Like you drive a BMW or Merc, you're well off. They don't know that in Durban, there's all sorts.
Okay. Yeah, Durban is different, bro.
They were shocked to see car guards who are Indian, beggars who are Indian.
What?
Taxi drivers who are Indian.
That was probably Kevin's.
So, okay, you get in the taxi. I want to give this sense of how you get to school every day. Like, what's the journey like?
Yeah, so I'll take a taxi outside my grandmother's. I'll just walk down and stay. Like, you wait.
As a young kid?
They're always flowing around. Halfway, yes. Oh, you're going to school. Okay, in your uniform. They think, where are you going? Fandel, okay. They go.
From what age are you doing this?
I leave my house at 7 o'clock just to make sure I'm at school. I think I started taking taxis alone. Because before my grandmother would organize like a lift club.
Yeah.
I think it was with teacher Zenda or whatever.
Yeah.
And then as I grew older, then she was like, no, you can.
From what age?
I don't remember, yes.
But like a school kid.
Primary school.
Primary school kid.
Yeah.
You see, I'd never been alone on anything at that age. Like I'd never done that. The first time I was actually on my own proper was at the age of 17 when I got to first year.
Wow.
Like on my own proper. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I would always have somebody picking me up, taking me.
Like in a bubble.
Yeah, in a bubble.
Wow.
You were on your own commuting to school.
On my own, going to school.
Making sure you're ready, go there early. You see, this is the thing. This is what I'm telling you about. Like
the day before my uniform needs to be ironed, ready.
Who would iron it and stuff?
Me.
Okay. I don't think I've ironed once or twice. I'm giving away too much now.
Bless your heart.
Okay, so you get, and so were you academically shooting the lights out from day one?
From when I was younger, yeah. But so I needed to act on it. Like, I can't just be like, oh, okay. Like, I needed to make sure and it was the only way, because my auntie always said it, like, the only way to beat poverty is through an education.
Yeah.
So I made sure that.
Is this the Cape Town auntie?
No, the Richards Bay one. She was a teacher.
Yeah.
She was a teacher, like your mother.
And and it's so true, I think. Yeah.
That's the only way.
To beat poverty and to beat...
The only way to beat poverty,
not only financial
poverty, and education.
Like to beat
just any type of poverty. Like, any type of poverty, mental poverty. Yes. Like you think differently. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Because they can't take away, somebody said it, they can take away your possessions and stuff, but they can't take away
they can't. And education. You talk differently, you act differently, you move differently. It's just different. Yeah.
Okay, so you do well in grade 11 in matric, I'm guessing. You must have gotten 6 A's and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. What subjects did you do?
The usual. The only thing that I regret doing was accounting, because I didn't like it. I didn't see the point in me doing that, because I'd much rather have just done geography.
Well, but it's neither here nor there. Like you got the A's, you needed to get into what you got into.
Yeah. It was my problem that I had was that they had packages.
What?
Yeah, this package, that package. So it's maths, physics, biology, accounting. What am I missing? Did I say accounting?
Afrikaans, English.
Afrikaans and English.
Is that what you did?
Yeah, that's what I did. Then the other one was maths. Then it was like weird.
Yes, I know. Geography and all that stuff. S7 and all these things.
And then I'm like, but what if I don't want accounting and I want geography?
You couldn't do like
you couldn't do it like that. You couldn't switch.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I would have much rather done geography.
Why?
I just found it more interesting than accounting. I didn't really care. I was never going to do anything.
Debit and credit.
But
you got the A anyway. You got the A anyway.
Yeah, but like it was just like...
Okay, so you got 6 A's.
Yeah.
And what do you apply for in matric? I mean, or whatever. What degrees do you apply for?
I applied for veterinarian sciences.
Yeah.
And dentistry.
Okay. You're gonna
I was not going to do medicine.
Oh, so you decided not to
I
do...
didn't want to do medicine.
I wasn't reacting in a surprised manner because you didn't...
Can I just say, the veterinary sciences thing was because I just wanted to have DR in front of my name and I didn't want to do medicine. I didn't want to have the same thing that everyone was doing. I wanted to be different.
Okay. That's what I was getting at. Like, why the vet science?
I'm an unusual person. I've always been different.
Yeah. Why do you want DR in front of your name?
Because I wanted the title.
For what?
Just for me.
No, what does it give you?
It doesn't give me anything.
No, okay. What does the matric student think it gives you?
I don't know. Like a level of what you call it? Like,
what do you call it? Like respect?
Respect, like a class. Status. Yeah. I thought it was gonna just do something. It doesn't. It doesn't do anything.
You don't think it does anything?
I don't know. For things that matter to me, no, it doesn't. But maybe for others, they assume whatever they want to assume.
You know what? I'm going to be honest here, right? So I think a lot of people do exactly that, or dentistry or medicine, because of that status, the DR, right? And then as you grow up, you realize it means nothing, right? But actually, I think it does in some places. We always joke, like people always joke.
Maybe it's because it's something that you have and we've had it forever now. It's like, okay, and we, whatever. It's like, oh, okay, whatever.
I think it's a perception thing.
People I feel like even with
Yeah.
To all the profs that are upgraded from
doctor,
from business class to first class, I'm happy for y'all.
Yeah.
But
you don't think it makes... I think that's because you know it.
Does it?
You're no longer a lay person. Like if you call a restaurant to make a reservation, what do you say?
Oh my gosh, I'm not like that. I am not like that. I am not like that. Oh my God,
like
no, it's so cringe.
Like what?
I don't say Dr. Majority is making a reservation.
I'm just asking a question. Okay.
I only use my title at work.
Why are you responding this way?
Because I know people are doing that.
You know where I'm getting at.
And it's not because they're not supposed to.
Yeah.
It's their title.
Yeah.
They didn't.
But you know what they're doing. You know what they're doing when they do that.
It's just like, for me, it's very cringe.
Yeah. It's like, why?
It's like, why are you like this?
Why is he cringe? Because
it's like, okay.
What do you think that they take themselves too seriously?
Yeah.
Calling them doctors.
There's no need.
So if somebody sends you a message and says, "Hi, Mr. Majority," you don't.
Yeah, I don't get upset.
It's not. Sorry,
no, I don't. I don't. This other time, I think with my car, I didn't tell them to use my title. And then when I called, I had I needed roadside assistance or something, and then like, hey, Dr. Majority. I'm like,
what?
Gosh.
What? What's wrong with that? You are Dr. Majority.
Yeah, I am. But it's like, oh.
You can own it. I mean, it's not like you are telling the guys, call me that. They're calling you that, then they're calling you that. That's what you are.
Okay, yeah, okay.
Well, but it's an interesting thing, right? I mean,
some people like it, some people don't. And I don't think people should be ostracized for that. If they feel like they want to be known as that and that's their title, that's their title. They can use it.
It's
okay.
When you introduce yourself to patients?
In a setup?
Yeah, in a
at
professional
work? Yes,
setting.
Definitely, I'm Dr. Majority.
You don't do the hi, I'm Leero.
No. When I'm at work.
Why not? Because some people do that.
No, I don't like that at work. I like to be professional. And I want to address my patients. I don't address my patients. I address them with Mr. or Sir or whatever. And even on our thingies now, we have what you identify as.
On your what?
On our files.
Patient files?
Yeah.
So you ask the patient what they identify as?
Yes, and how they would want to be addressed. They, them.
So that's Department of Health?
Yeah.
It's gotten woke.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't say woke. I would say
progressive.
Progressive, yeah.
Yeah, well, look, woke is seen as a swear word by some people.
People actually understand that. Well, not everybody, but
Wait. I want to get to that just now, but I want to stay on the doctor thing.
Yeah.
So you think that calling somebody by their title in a professional set scenario is appropriate?
It's appropriate.
And by implication, you are thinking doctor equals professional and Mr. equals professional or Miss or whatever in that setting. Let me tell you my experience of this, right?
Yeah.
So I used to work in Standerton Hospital.
Right, yeah.
All of our colleagues, we used to call one another Dr. Low, Dr. Chotalal. They used to call me Dr. Naidu, whatever. Even though we knew each other's first names. And where you work, do you do the same thing?
Yeah, I just call them Doc. Hey, Doc.
So your colleague doesn't call you Leero?
I don't know. They don't really. But like if they do, I don't mind it if it's like.
But it doesn't happen, right?
It doesn't really happen.
I noticed that in dentistry, especially in public.
I don't mind it. Like if Dr. Magagula Vimbi, she calls me, hey, she's never called me
by your first name.
By my first name.
This is the point I want to make, right? So when I was at Sanditon, we did that, even though I know the first name, right? Then I moved to Santon. I moved to Santini, the big building there, that Norton Rose Fulbright.
Yes.
That beautiful building opposite Santon City.
Yes.
And I started working in this global law firm.
Yes.
With like big, tall, high-powered lawyers wearing suits and boardrooms and things. And, it was a different world for me, right? Moving from dentistry in Standerton to Santon law. And I used to work with senior lawyers, right? And they would insist you call them by their first name. And it was a culture shock for me. Like Michael Cronus, who's a senior litigator, he's now a consultant. He's probably still practicing. I felt so bad to call him Michael. He's an old white guy that's like been around for decades.
He's retired.
He's my dad's age, basically. Okay. He's 3 years younger than my dad. And it's so weird for me to call an old man, senior person by their first name. But that's the culture that they insisted on. And it's a Joburg thing, or it's a corporate Joburg thing. Because when I started working in Pretoria, I realized that it doesn't work like that. And my dad, who's run a law firm for decades in KZN, they call him Mr. Naidu. They don't call each other by first name.
Wow.
So it's like a regional thing almost. It's a cultural thing.
Well, maybe in law, like they're okay with it. Like, is it a law thing?
No, it's not a law thing. That's what I'm saying. It's a regional thing because I know that the lawyers in Pretoria that I deal with, they call one another by Mr., Ms., whatever. They don't call each other by first names. So it was a very like a Joburg type of thing.
Okay.
Which was unusual for me. And I had this conversation with Mike Cronus. I'm like, Mike, it feels wrong to me. I have to like go against my culture to call you by your first name. Because even in a non-professional setting, we don't call older people by their first name. Call them uncle, whatever.
Yeah.
Or Mr. Okay, so that's the doctor thing. Where were we? How did we stop? We were talking about, the doctors. Oh, yes. I remember now. Because I asked you what you applied for. Vet science, dentistry.
Yes.
And you wanted the vet science because you wanted the DR title. And we've unpacked that quite a bit.
I put dentistry as first.
But what if you got into vet science?
I did get into vet science.
Okay. What if you only got into vet science?
Let me tell you what happened.
Yeah.
So, they called me first.
Who? The school of
Ondersteport or something.
Ondersteport is the vet school in Pretoria.
In Pretoria. They called me. I had raised and everything was sorted.
But like, so accommodation was sorted.
I forgot the name of the race in Ondersteport. Oh, I forgot the name.
Yeah.
My word.
It's probably some kennel. Sorry.
And then they told me to go to main campus and meet the guy there who was like ushering new students in there. And legit, I was the only black person there.
Yeah. Oh, so you went?
I went because dentistry hasn't said anything to me. I went and I wrote the exams and I did all those other things.
When is this? Grade 11 or what? Grade matric?
Matric.
So you have to go there before you get accepted?
Dentistry, didn't we write exam?
I don't know. Can't remember.
Yeah, we wrote like an English exam or something like that. An entry exam.
Maybe.
Didn't you forget?
Maybe we did. Maybe we did. I don't know. Okay, but when is this? Okay, just when is this? Is this before getting in?
We wrote the exam.
Probably, yeah. We went to some high school somewhere in Durban.
Victoria.
Oh no, I didn't. I don't remember that. I don't think I did that. I don't think I did that.
Wait, maybe I'm mistaken.
Okay, but don't worry about the details. The point is, before you get into vet school, you go there and
veterinary school.
Wait, they vet you. They vet you. Okay, carry on.
They told me that I got in.
Yeah.
Congratulations, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, okay. So I'm waiting for dentistry. I'm like, Aibu.
Yeah.
Okay. Nothing. I'm like, should I go knock on the door? Maybe they forgot to call me.
Okay.
Because I applied at Medunsa. I got in. Okay. I applied at
KZN?
UWC. No, KZN doesn't have dentistry.
Oh, yeah.
UWC, right? I got that one and Wits. I got all of them.
So every school you applied to, you got it?
Yeah. Sure. But I didn't want to go to those schools. I wanted to go to to Pretoria.
Why?
Because my cousin was already there and my family was comfortable for me to go there anyway.
Oh, your cousin Green and them?
No, they came after me.
Okay.
Cindy was already there.
Okay.
So anyway.
So you went there because the family is nearby?
Yeah, and then they didn't want me to go to Wits.
It gives you the edge.
Ghetto.
Gives you the edge.
I don't know. They said it was ghetto.
Okay, you're saying controversial things here. Very controversial things. Because Wits.
I'm like, it's a university for me, and I grew up in the ghetto.
Wits Dental School, the graduates from there, they are super proud of their heritage of being Wits. But okay, let's get into that just now.
Okay.
Take me through this vets. So you're waiting for dentals for
Pretoria?
And then
I go to, and then I'm like, okay, let me just go. And I go to Pretoria, and then I'm registering to be a vet.
Wow.
And the black guy's like, I'm so proud of you. You're the only black guy we got for you.
Which black guy?
The guy who was like the
admin.
The rendezvous, whatever person who the admin or whatever's gonna like assist the students and show us, okay, go there, sign that, come here, come with us, because it was busy.
Yeah.
There was students everywhere. It was
main campus.
Yes. Everyone's running around, milling around, trying to get raises, trying to get this secure, that. Then you need it today. Okay, now you've registered. Now you need to sign. Now you need to go and deposit this in the ABSA account. Then come back with the receipt. Then do this. Then do that. So in the midst of all of that, there was a time when I'm on the line. I was in a long line, and it was all the
snakes
guys
around the corner. Yeah.
Yeah, there were, and we were just waiting. We were waiting.
But all of you are waiting for different things.
No, we're waiting for veterinarian. Then this one is signing, and everyone is signing, and you go.
And what are the demographics of that line?
It's just me. I'm just the only person of color.
And the rest
is white people.
Yeah.
Shout outs to all the white South Africans.
And so wait. This must be very close to.
It was interesting for me
must be
because for me, growing up where I grew up, it wasn't the case. Like I grew up in a very diverse Durban. It's like, how it is. It's blacks, whites, Indians mixed. We all mix, coloreds, everything.
Yeah,
biracials, whatever. So it was all like that. And from that point to going to Pretoria, it was like a shock.
And you're on your own in that line. You're not talking to anybody.
Anybody?
Are they all speaking Afrikaans?
They're all speaking to themselves. They all graduated from St. Mary's, St. this and that school.
Are they speaking English to one another or
Afrikaans?
Afrikaans. And how's your Afrikaans?
It's just like
you got an A in matric,
yes.
but hold on.
It's not the same.
Afrikaans, we do different Afrikaans.
Well, that doesn't mean that. It doesn't mean if you got an A in Afrikaans, that means you can speak Afrikaans. No.
Really? I mean, no. I do Zulu on Duolingo. No, I'm joking. Yeah, the point you're making is just because you know how to do it on paper.
Anyway,
so you're in that line, but wait, I want context here, time-wise.
Okay, yeah.
This is shortly before first year starts, surely.
Yeah, it's like around about now. Where are we in Jan? It was around about now.
It's in the year that you're going to be starting.
Yes.
So you're not a dental student.
I'm not. I wasn't called.
As far as you're concerned,
I'm going to do vet.
See,
I'm going to be a vet.
I'm thinking now this whole process is about like the year before sometime.
No. So yours was secured before.
Yeah.
A whole year before.
Probably, yeah.
Jesus Christ.
I think grade 11 I got in.
I
think so, yeah. And then I got UWC, and my dad said, "There's no way you're going to Cape Town because you'll fail there, partying too much."
So at least Joburg is closer.
Pretoria, they're on a tight ship. That's what he thinks.
Oh God, what is it with them? Yeah. With the whole Pretoria thing that you're gonna be better there, safe, you're gonna study, and then this is the ghetto. It's a party house. Cape Town is too far. Like you're going to another country.
They probably think that Pretoria, was like the.
It feels like they have a group chat.
Pretoria was like the seat of the old regime.
Yeah.
Very.
Yeah.
So they probably associate it with like being strict. And it kind of is.
And it
was, yeah.
Now it's not like that anymore. It's woke now. They don't even have rag and all of that.
It's all relative because we had a good time. But if you speak to my sister and if you speak to Yak, when they tell you about how they studied in Mauritius and they had school uniform.
Yak studied in Mauritius?
Yeah.
They had uniforms. For a university.
Watch my sister's interview. They had uniforms. The girls weren't allowed to mix with the boys.
No.
So it's all relative. Strictness is all relative. But
that is just crazy to me. Mm-hmm. University.
Yeah. University. Grown adults. Curfew. All that stuff. We'll speak to my sister. Watch the episode with my sister. Okay.
Wow.
But you're in that line. So you actually you're thinking, I'm going to be a vet. This is my life.
Yeah, and then the phone rang.
While you're in the line? No, come on.
While I'm in the line. Yes.
Leero.
Yes, I cannot make this up, bruh. For real. Yeah. The phone rang.
Yeah.
And that time I still had my 3310.
Nokia, yeah. Yeah.
I'm sure you had the iPhone. You had the iPhone.
No. 20,
the first one?
This was 2006. Yeah. No, I had a 6110.
So the phone rang. So I picked up a call, and it was Mrs. Something from administration in University of Pretoria for School of Dentistry. And she was like, congratulations, you've been selected as one of our students for the academic year of 2005. 2006. Yeah. 2006. And I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah.
I'm in the line right now. I'm going to sign.
Yeah.
I haven't deposited the money yet. Yeah. I'm still registering. Yeah. Like to say we're here, we're ready.
Yeah.
And this guy is like looking at me like, you're the only black guy. We're rooting for you.
You're about to let him down.
We're going to have a bursary set up.
Wow.
Everything. Pick your res.
Sure.
We got you.
Yeah. And you're about to let him down. No, how does this call go?
I'm just like...
You tell the lady on the phone?
I'm like, hello?
Yeah. And you're telling the line, hold the line once.
No, I didn't hold the line. Yeah. The line is moving. And I'm like, what? It's like, can you please come to we're on at Med campus, blah, blah, blah. She's explaining, come. And when can you come? And the sooner the better. And I'm like, whoa. Then I call my auntie and I'm like, hey, this is what. She's like, you are you serious? I'm like, yes. Then I'm like, but like, this is the situation. There's this man that's here.
He's putting his hope
but he's like, he's putting his hope and dreams into me becoming a vet because I'm the only black one here.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I have to go.
Yeah.
This was not my first choice.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to all the dogs and the cats.
The literal dogs, yeah. The way you sound like a rapper.
Oh,
sorry, my dogs. Yeah.
And
then you just jump out the line.
I told him that I need to go somewhere real quick. I'm coming back.
BRB, and you blue ticked him.
And I blue ticked him, and I left.
Yeah.
And then they were trying to call me. They sent me emails, apparently.
Oh my gosh. Leero.
That. And little did they know that I was already in medical school. I was already in res.
You ghosted them proper.
Them.
Shame, man.
I did not know what to say.
You do feel bad about this,
I felt bad for the guy because he was really putting his open dreams into me. And that was not my first choice. And I wanted to get into Pretoria.
Yeah. So you just, you jumped out of the line and you went to another line.
No, I jumped out of the line, went out the gate, took a taxi from Hatfield and went to Sunnyside, then walked all the way down on the same day.
Down in town?
From Sunnyside.
You walked to campus, to med school?
Up the road.
To med school?
Yeah, this district, Tshwane district, and then BMW is the site, remember?
Basic medical sciences. Yeah.
Then I met the lady that called me.
Yeah.
She gave me my things, all my files in my folder. Yeah. My name was on the list.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was also there.
Yeah, but you didn't know.
I didn't know
who that is. Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, okay. Then I signed. She gave me my things, and then she registered me, and then I needed to go pay, and then send a proof of payment. And Bob was your uncle.
And res and accommodation, all that stuff?
Yes, they told me to pick res. I picked only notes. I don't know why. I didn't.
Oh, you had to pick a main campus res?
I picked whatever res. They didn't tell me which races are where. I don't know nothing. So I picked only notes. I don't know why I did that. And then for the first 6 months, remember, we were still main campus. Right? So we did that. For the first 6 months, we did that. And then after 6 months, we had the bus that was picking us up and dropping us off. And then after that, second year, I moved to Hippocrates, or Hippocrates, as they say in north of the Yukskei River. So, and my mind is wandering, but I'm already thinking of the title for this episode. The dentist who almost became a vet. Like, I genuinely did not know this about you, Leero. You never told me about it. I didn't tell you. I didn't feel like there was
no time. You see, this is why I love this show, man. We get to talk about things I'll never have spoken about.
Yeah, well.
This is an amazing story. Okay, so do you regret not becoming a vet?
No. I don't know where the man is right now.
Think about how many dogs you could have saved and how many...
where is that man?
Horses you could have bred and
that are ghosted.
Yeah, well, that was a wrong thing to do. Come on, Leero. You could have at least had the...
No, I think he was going to try to pressurize me to stay.
Yeah, but I think you owed it to him.
I didn't want to do that.
Yeah, but also, how old were you?
17.
17, yeah. Okay, look, we can forgive a 17-year-old kid for not being courteous to say, you know...
And not being professional.
Yeah, exactly. But
it was
that's
bad.
An amazing story, man.
Yeah, so that's what happened. And then, and then we...
Well, I'm glad you got into something you wanted to do. But weren't you a bit annoyed with Pretoria? I mean, all the other universities are giving you advanced acceptance, and here's these people calling you as like
I was on the verge of actually saying, you know what, I'm going to go to one of the universities, but like time was running out. And I mean, you know, people are being called and, you know, I'm thinking maybe they took me in because somebody canceled on them.
Could be.
To be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was very bizarre. It was very last minute. Literally, I was in line to go become a vet. And veterinary sciences is 7 years.
7 years, yeah. Very difficult. And I had a friend that was really battling to get into vet science. Like,
oh God, I could have given him my token.
And he passed away while we were students, man. Eurasian governor. I don't think you met him because he was on main campus trying to get in. And then on his birthday, he died in a car accident. He was such a great guy. But it's weird, hey? There are people that are desperate to get into something.
No, and that course had like legit, like I think there was like 30 people, like 20, 30 people. It's a small crowd.
It's harder to get into vet science and medicine.
I got into it.
Yeah, that's brilliant.
They took me in.
No, that's an elite
and
group.
I was the only one of color. I don't know if I was going to make it. Thinking how would my life would have been different. I probably would have made it, but like I would have had a horrible experience.
Why?
I just felt, I don't know.
So do you love dentistry? Do you love being a dentist?
Look, I'm grateful for dentistry and the opportunities that it has given me and what it has done for me in my life. And I will always love it for that.
Okay.
Yeah, let me just say that.
That's a very diplomatic way of saying that you don't love dentistry.
I'm
the practice of dentistry.
I mean, I'm a decent dentist.
Yeah, but that's not what I'm asking. That's not what I'm asking. I already assume. I assume that you're at least a decent dentist. I'm asking you, do you love dentistry? Like you can be a really great whatever. But you might not love it.
When I came here to Yak's practice, it reminded me what dentistry really is about.
But Yak's practice, I'm telling you, is the best practice.
It's the best practice I've ever seen. And I've been to a lot of them, even in America.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I'm not saying this because I've been to many practices.
No,
I'm not saying it's because he's my cousin.
No.
I'll tell you why I'm saying.
For real. Even the colors, the themes, the vibes. He thought of every little thing. And it makes sense.
Let's plug it. So shout out to Bedford View Dental Care.
Yes.
17 Willow Crescent.
Yak.
It's where I record all these podcasts.
All forms of payment. Well, not all forms of payment.
They don't take medical aid. I only say it's the best practice because I know somebody who visits lots of dental practices in Joburg, and they posted recently that this is the best practice in Joburg. So look, there are great practices, but this is one up there. Okay. So you don't love dentistry.
Yeah.
I'm putting words in your mouth. You didn't say it. You said you love the opportunities.
I won't say I don't love it.
Oh. Why? What's wrong with saying you don't love it? It's okay not to love.
I don't love it.
It's okay not to love something. It's like, let's just say your job was packing things in a store. And if I come and ask you, do you love packing things in the store? You wouldn't judge the person if they say, no, I don't love it. It's a means to an end. So I'm asking you, do you love practicing dentistry?
Okay.
And if you're hesitating to say to me, yes, let me tell you, yesterday I was at a wedding.
Yeah.
I was at a wedding, right?
How many doctors were there?
No, they weren't. So the person that was getting married was a dentist.
Yeah.
And
so there wasn't a lot of doctors there?
No, there was hardly any. No. But the person, the people that I was with.
Sorry to cut you off, but when I went to Lisa, you know Lisa Latsky?
Yeah.
Yes. She had a beautiful wedding.
Yeah.
This was before COVID, and it was doctors from there to there.
Full of what, medical dog?
Yes.
Wow. Did she marry a medic or what?
No, well, dentist.
Okay, yeah, dentist. That's you know that doctors
Glenn was there.
Prof. Buchanan. He features.
Yes.
He had a special mention last week.
Oh, congratulations to him! I'm so proud of him.
Oh yeah, because he's a prof and everything. I'm saying we gave him a special mention in Gunther's episode just because we were talking about him, not because he achieved. We were talking about how great he is, but
he's an amazing.
Yeah.
He's an amazing guy.
Yeah.
Not only that, like he's a good. Well, a good doctor.
No, he's top man.
A top man.
It's a pity he's leaving us for Down Under. You know that, right?
They always come back.
Okay, let's see if Glenn comes back.
Yeah.
But so I was at this wedding yesterday.
Yeah.
And I was with another dentist who studied a few years after me.
Yeah.
Finished a few years after me.
Yeah.
And unprovoked, the guy tells me, he's top man, Dr. Tato Molefi, he tells me I love what I'm doing. Like,
wow.
He tells me that.
I've never ever met a dentist that said that to me in my life. Even in America, I've never ever met them. They'll always say, I'm cool with it. That's about it.
Well, that's what you said. You cool.
I'm cool with it. Or they'll say I'm grateful, or I'm this, that. But they'll never say, I love it. Another one that I would say is that loves dentistry. Who would I say loves dentistry that we both know? Oh, man.
I can think of a handful of people that I know that love dentistry. Yeah. But maybe some people just...
But you never know until you interview them. They probably just...
Yes. And some people say they don't love it, but actually deep down, they actually do love it. They just don't want to say it. They don't want to... They feel like it's not humble to say, I love what I'm doing, because it's like you're boasting, or you're not being humble.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Like it's not the right thing to say. Yes. You're not grateful.
So that's why it takes conversation and unpacking.
And people just start like chipping at it.
But this is why I'm not, even though you haven't said you love it, I'm still not sure whether you love it or not. Maybe you also just subconsciously are trying
Honestly, if I could give another opportunity, I would definitely take like to be an air pilot. And it's something that I want to try, even if I just get the papers and I don't do anything with it.
Okay. So you've already preempted a question, because I was going to ask
a friend of mine was, Dr. Harilala, her husband is a air pilot.
Yeah. Commercial or?
Commercial.
Wow.
Yeah, he flies SA.
So she probably doesn't see him much. See, that's okay. Because I was going to ask you, if you could go back and pick something else, would you? And you've already answered, you would. You wouldn't do dentistry again?
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Very interesting.
You probably would have never met me.
Yeah, no, so I'm grateful that you did. You got out of that line at vet school. You got into dentistry. I made a move,
picked up my 3310.
Yes. And dialed star 140 star. So please call me. Tell us about dental school now. So you get in this thing that you wanted to do, and you get into dental school.
Oh my God.
In Pretoria. It's not any old dental school.
Oh, Pretoria was a culture shock for me.
Yeah.
Because remember, I was in main campus at the beginning. You were like that side. I was in main campus, so I had to do everything. I had to do rag, right?
What's rag?
Rag. You didn't do rag.
Look, I know what rag is, but I'm asking for the benefit of viewers and people that don't know University of Pretoria, Leero.
Oh,
welcome to the life of a podcast host.
Rag is basically this. Is it a festival?
I think so. Like an annual festival. I think it stands for Reach Out and Give. It's like
yes.
It's a fundraiser type of thing.
It's a fundraiser thing.
University students get together.
And we have these floats.
You build floats.
And then we walk around. They don't do it anymore.
I think in the US, they'll probably call it a parade.
Like a parade, yeah. Like a parade.
They don't do it anymore?
Yeah, it was just as big as... I don't think so. They told me they stopped doing all of that.
Oh, okay.
They've become...
You did all that. You are assimilating into Pretoria culture. You're starting to learn Afrikaans. And
I had a uniform.
I think I just broke this wall. Like a piece of thick fell.
I had a uniform.
What?
The ink uniform.
Ink melodink.
Ink melodink, we did that.
You sing and dance and sing Afrikaans.
And we had like this culture thing that we were doing in Only Notes. And we had to address all of our seniors as
Yeah. Oom means uncle in Afrikaans.
Yeah, but like old Only Note man.
Is Only Note like an all boys thing?
Yeah, all boys.
Yeah, and how was
the next door?
What was that?
Bookenout.
Yeah, next door.
Our mascot was a rhinoceros.
Yeah.
So in the mornings we had to go and greet the
rhino.
And
oh my goodness. No.
And then they had all these weird ass rules that we needed to do. We can't eat when they were there.
When who was there? The seniors?
The seniors. And then we had to do what was blitzkitting?
What is that?
Like when we go on Saturdays, we needed to go and raise money for RAG. Blitzkitting. Oh my God, that just popped out of my head like that.
What do you do?
We go, they'll leave us on the sides of the road and we were dressed up in our uniform and we'll be asking for money for RAG.
So you go from where?
And then they'll come and pick us up later on.
Hold on.
And then we give them the money and then they take it for the RAG. Reach out and give.
So you go from Newlands East
to that.
And what's the demographics like?
There were a couple of blacks.
Okay, so you went, it wasn't like vet school.
No.
Vet school lines.
No. So we had all of these.
And did you fit in?
Yeah, and like every day we'd go to the females' races and start singing to them.
Singing for what?
It's part of their culture. Like, die nerige dogshamanta, renostel kaffies van die repliek van Only Note.
I don't know what you're saying. That's Afrikaans.
I had to cram it.
Huh?
Sorry.
Yeah, what?
I had to cram it. Yes.
Like study just
I had to cram
off by heart.
Off by heart.
Okay, so that's not even dental school. I never had this experience.
And I had to do dentistry. Well, while I'm doing that and make sure I pass. So it was a lot for me.
Yeah, but I feel like because you knew how to study independently from school.
Yeah, it wasn't too
like,
much
that
for me.
part wasn't a culture shock.
Yeah, it was like, okay. Yeah, because I knew how to like make sure I pressured.
Yes.
Like I felt the pressure. I was like, oh, okay, here we go again. Like,
and you weren't partying and stuff.
No, I didn't have time for that.
Yeah.
I didn't have time for that. So I was only there for like
and
1
money?
year.
And money?
I had a bursary.
Because you did well in school.
Yeah. So
what, a full bursary?
Full bursary.
From who? From where?
Department of Health.
Okay. In which province?
KZN.
Does that mean that they'll pay for you, but you got to go work for them?
Yeah.
And does that happen? Like, did you go and work?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, let's not get ahead of ourselves. So that's first year now. It's Pretoria culture, proper. This is proper Pretoria culture.
Yes.
You're singing Afrikaans songs. You're dressing up. I can just picture you. Are you wearing like short khaki pants?
Short,
really?
black pants.
Oh, black. Okay, I was just making a joke.
Not khaki.
Yeah,
but just
short
black
shorts.
Pants. Yeah, short.
Broeke.
Because this is what our uniform. Our uniform was black and grey.
See, you had a uniform also. This is like Mauritius.
No,
man.
but like not for the university. It was for the race.
Even
and
worse.
I only wore it because I was ink for first year.
Ink means?
First eerste jaar.
Oh, you're an eerste jaar. Hey, you're prating.
I don't know why I'm going into Afrikaans. I don't even know why.
It's like as soon as you step onto soil,
when
Pretoria
you start,
soil.
yeah, I'm just like, oh.
It's like that trauma from the past. It's like now you just praat Afrikaans.
Oh, skis julle.
Hello,
skis toch.
Okay. Yeah, it's amazing, eh?
And I was just like,
so
I changed back to my normal self again.
They drummed it into you. You were indoctrinated there.
Can I just say, I'm grateful for that experience.
Yeah, we're making light of it.
I am, though. Because it taught me so much about discipline in other cultures. And I wish they didn't stop. Apparently they did. Allegedly.
You think they stop all that?
Yes, they don't do all of that. It's just a normal.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Gunther was mentioning something like that recently.
It's no longer like that. And it's such a pity. Like.
But was it not like abusive and stuff? At the time, how did you feel about it?
I felt like they were doing too much.
What do you mean?
But like.
Doing too much?
Like they wanted us to go and do this and do that, greet the statues.
Was it belittling and demeaning?
And when you thingy, you have to hit your chest when you're greeting an oom.
So you can
understand. Minister, whatever, host. Dark minister. This Dutch minister dad.
I'm sorry to laugh, but it's just mind-boggling. Actually.
Yeah, and guess what?
You still think that's great? I mean, you still think they should have maintained that? Interesting. In hindsight, I guess. But in the moment, were you not like, this is terrible? Not really.
I had moments of that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how long does that last? The whole year, first year?
Yeah, I would say the whole year, first year, but like it's intense at the beginning.
So the
first 3 months.
And how did you adapt to like, this is the first time you're being away from home, right?
I thought this was crazy.
What?
The culture in Pretoria.
I
thought it was crazy. And I thought it was like so strange to me, like coming from Durban and stuff. I thought it was crazy. And yeah.
But you were fine with like, you could adapt.
Even the type of music.
You could adapt to being like on your own and things like that.
Yeah. There's no more tea.
There's no more tea there. Yeah. Oh gosh. Okay. I thought maybe you needed something.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. But you managed.
Yeah, I managed.
So the studying part was fine for you. It's just like basically what you had to adapt to was all the different culture. And you pass first year, you do well. Do you shoot out the lights and things? Like, are you doing really well? And you passed easy.
I passed.
It wasn't an achievement.
Yeah, it wasn't like anything special.
Okay.
I made sure I got the 60 so that I can promote.
Promote means you don't have to write the exam because you've done so well in the...
So well means 60%.
No, but that's university being... Yeah. It's different to school, right? So you've done enough for them to say, okay, we don't need to make you sit for an exam at the end of the year. I never had any of those in my 5 years at Tux.
You didn't promote?
I never promoted a single thing.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I feel so bad for you.
Yeah, because you shouldn't feel bad for me. I was not...
The only thing I didn't promote for was block 2.
I was not working. I did anti-semester in first year because I failed chemistry. I got 27 for chemistry. 27%, yeah.
First year?
The person that called me and told me my chemistry mark is now a neurologist, Dr. Raven Kisten. He called me from campus because I was sleeping at Res.
Kisten?
Yeah,
that
Kisten.
Sounds very familiar.
Raven Kisten. He
is
had
it not those, the BMW doctors?
Yeah, you see. Yeah. They used to drive all drive BMW.
Is it them?
Yes. So Raven was in our class. And
why did he call you?
Because, you see, Raven was a diligent guy who ends up becoming a neurologist. I was like other guy who was at Res, probably still recovering from the night before. And I was asleep in bed. I won't forget because he called me and he woke me up. And he said, the marks are out. Do you want to know what you got? And I said, yes. And then he asked me, are you sure you want to know? And I said,
wow.
Yeah. And then he said, okay, you got 27. That's how I found out I failed chemistry.
Oh my goodness, no.
So that was me. You were the opposite. You were promoting,
Yeah.
But I knew this. I knew this because I can even if I didn't know you, based on what you just told me.
Yes, I didn't even meet you until... When did we meet?
Until second year.
Yeah. Yeah, second year. I didn't even know you were in my class.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. I didn't even know you were in my class.
Second year, because this is what happens, right? First year, you're on main campus. You're in a crowd of hundreds, thousands.
And there's other people there in our classes. Remember, we did sociology as well.
Yes. So thousands of people.
So some people are doing sociology and they're not in our program. They are doing sociology and they are doing environmental sciences or something like that. So even with chemistry, I think it was Prof. Skuman that was our chemistry guy.
Yeah.
Was it chemistry or physio? Yeah, I forgot we did chemistry and physics. In first year.
Hold on, I want to get you water. Okay. So that's first year. Like, it's no surprise to me that you were fine academically. And that's not really dentistry. I don't think first year or second year you can really call dentistry. It's not dental school because you're still with the medics.
Even second year.
You're still sitting in lectures. You're not touching patients.
That's the nice thing about Pretoria is that I don't know if they still do that. Like if you want to go back to do medicine, they'll start you from third year. I don't know if they do that now. Because remember, we're doing blocks. I don't know now.
Okay.
The things are different nowadays. Remember, we were doing blocks. So we did block 1, block 2, block 3, block 4.
Yes.
Then we stopped there.
Yes.
Then we went into dentistry. So if you were to go back right, and say, hey, I want to do medicine now.
Yeah.
For whatever reasons.
Yes.
They'll start you from third year. I don't know if it still is like that. Maybe the syllabus is different now.
Okay.
Yeah, but like that was.
So we're not really in dental school. I can't believe that it's dental school proper. And if you're watching this, you can see me signaling to Dr. Yak Lindy, who, look at the service. We were talking about, you're getting spoiled here. You can come onto the shot. He doesn't want to come on the shot, but he's bringing water for Leero. Leero really needed it.
You don't have a nip slip.
So this is the kind of service you get at Bedford View Dental Care. The owner actually brings you the drinks.
Thank you, Yak.
Thanks, Yak. Okay, sorry for that interruption. Leero is having a sip of water because he needed it badly. And
oh my God,
Dr. Yak brought it.
The water here is even better.
It tastes better, eh?
It tastes so much
Something
better.
in the water.
Something in the water.
We're overdoing it now. We're overplugging. I think Yak needs to start giving us.
He needs to pay us.
Yeah. Okay, so it's not really dental school. Yeah. I want to go to dental school second year, and I want to know your experience. I spoke about it with Gunter last week.
Second year, I was getting into my power.
Explain.
Like I was comfortable. I was no longer young. I was no longer this, that.
Well, you're 18. Whatnot. You surely.
Yeah. I mean, now I'm in Pretoria. Now I know.
Oh, yeah.
I know exactly who I am. I know what they're going to do and all of that. But then I had already moved to hip hop. So I had my own room.
It's a senior race.
It's a senior race.
You get your own room, own bath.
Everything.
Own kitchen.
Yeah. And you had a nice room though.
Yeah. Kefis and I had good rooms. Yeah.
With the balcony and everything.
Yes.
I think yours was the only ones with balconies.
Yes.
Yeah. You and Kefis were like this.
Yeah.
Twinning. Anyway. So shout out to Hippo.
So you're in your element in second year. You're starting to switch gears now. Yeah.
I was more focused.
Right.
And I was starting to do way better than I was in first year.
Okay.
And I kind of knew what I needed to do to survive in Pretoria and UP.
Oh, okay. You mean from like a...
From an academic...
oh, you're doing better academically?
I was doing way better than first year. First year, I was doing okay.
Yeah, you're doing well. If you promote, you're doing okay.
But like I was doing really well in...
Why did you do that? Did you want to do well?
I think I didn't know what to do. I was in first year, yes.
No, I'm saying, did you want to do well? Like,
I was focused. I was like, now I'm going to study.
Why?
Why? Because I just wanted to do better.
For what?
Just.
Okay.
Yeah, just I wanted to be a better student, have a better academia.
Okay.
Just.
So tell me about second year, right? Because remember, anatomy is the second year. Second year, we're still in theory with all the medics and everybody. We're not touching patients or putting our hands on patients. I think third year is when it starts, right?
Yeah.
So I can totally understand that anatomy and everything, you shoot the lights out, you pass, you promote and do everything. Tell me about dental school now. Proper dental school. Because that's when things change, right? Or not really. That's when it changed for me.
Proper dental school for me was an experience. Then I knew, okay, this one is studying dentistry. It's not. And it got smaller. And for me, the whole English Afrikaans classes, that was weird.
Elaborate? What do you mean?
They had an English class and an Afrikaans class. English group, Afrikaans group. Remember?
But not officially.
It wasn't official.
Not like there's a class to teach Afrikaans students in a class.
It wasn't.
Yeah.
It was just like a divide.
Yeah.
But like it was clear though.
It was not.
They
it was
even
obvious.
said no. It was optics.
No, obvious. I said.
Obvious. It was. It's like okay. And some of the white people that were in the English class were just like, okay, we're getting discriminated against.
You're not. You see, you know that I know about.
Shout out to Valentina.
You know that I know about this. You know that I know about this.
Yeah.
but you're not elaborating for the listeners. So let me.
I don't want to.
No. I don't want to. I'm not going to
cause problems, but like it's what happened.
This is not about causing problems. We're talking about our experience.
Yes.
So let me just give you my experience. I'm not putting words in your mouth, but this is what happened. When you'd walk into class.
Yeah.
So after you in the clinic, in the ward, you walk into class for lectures.
Yeah.
Every day, right? at about midday. You go after you see patients there. When you walk into the class, as soon as you enter that door, you look at the people sitting there. If you're a lecturer, let's say the lecturer's eye view, there's literally a staircase in the middle of the lecture hall, and on the one side, it's all white students.
Yes.
On the other side,
it was legit like that.
That's what I'm
it was
not
like
exaggerating.
That. Yeah.
Like, and on the other side, it was all the non-white.
Non-white. Not.
I don't know. You know that term. You know what? We're using it to explain that it was white, and then everything else on the other side. And they were also, but it goes deeper than that, because as you just mentioned, you said shout out to Dr. Valentina.
Yeah.
They were also on that side. There was white, but like English speaking white people would. So it was just like Afrikaans on one side.
Yeah, why I said shout out to Valentina, it's one of she was in the non-Afrikaans class, and she was white.
Don't call it a class though, the group. Because we're all in the same class.
Okay.
I don't want people to think that there were separate classes. We were all in the same class.
I felt bad for her. I felt bad for her a little bit.
Why?
Like, you're stuck with us because you don't speak Afrikaans. I probably spoke better Afrikaans than she did.
Okay.
But like, it was unnecessary, you know.
But I didn't feel like it, personally, I didn't feel like it was done in like a malicious or a racist or anything way. I genuinely think that the people just gravitated towards people that they were comfortable with and that they, knew.
Even Gunther was actually, Gunther was in the Afrikaans group. He was in the English. Yeah. But like he used to speak Afrikaans.
Yeah. But if you watch...
But Gunther's different.
No, if you watched last week's episode, he said he felt like a third wheel because...
In the side and the side.
Yeah, he said he always felt like a third wheel in dentistry because he's a Namibian. So he felt like he didn't fit in anyway. But he used to always sit with us. But it was a thing. We're not imagining this. You even ask anybody in our class, that happened. It was like that. Okay. How do we even get to this now? This part of the
second year.
Yeah, so you're talking about the class dynamics, but actual work?
I enjoyed second year.
No, third year. I'm talking about third year. Because this is when we get into dental school.
Third year. Oh God, I didn't really like it.
Why?
Because of I struggled with
prostodontics, which is like making a denture, basically.
Making a denture from scratch. I felt like I was just not good at that.
Okay.
And I struggled with that, and then some of the doctors in that department were not the nicest people on the planet.
All right, so you didn't enjoy some of the experiences there with the lecturer. So it wasn't the actual work.
It was a little bit both. Like, it was like a double homicide for me.
Yeah.
Like, prosto is not my favorite thing. I'm good at it now because I do it all the time. Yeah. But like, just bad experience.
Okay. And did it get better? In dental school, I mean, not just prostodontics.
When I graduated, I was so grateful that I didn't need to deal with that.
With the lecturers and stuff?
Not lecturers per se, just the subject. I didn't need to like stress myself over it and making a denture from scratch and all of that stuff that I had to deal with.
You mean like studying and like being assessed?
Academically was not a difficult subject.
Hold on, you're talking about prosto. You're just talking about
I'm just
this thing haunted you the whole from third year till final year.
Prosto was not my favorite subject. One subject I was good at was max facts. Yeah, I was good at probably most of the subjects, but prosto kicked my ass, and then the practical side of it. When we had that exam.
We have to like put teeth on a piece of on a wax.
Oh.
But doing the actual work, did you like it? You're fine with that. That's not an issue. Like seeing patients every day and
yeah, I was okay with it. Like prosto, you talking about prosto?
No, just dentistry in general.
I was excelling.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was doing really well. My fillings I did endos, I did that.
So were you waiting to get out of dental school and start working?
Yeah, I was ready to go.
Ready to go?
Ready to go.
And were you looking forward to working?
Yes.
As a dentist?
Yes.
Why?
I just wanted to be outside of school. I've been there for a long time. And I wanted to be independent. I wanted to have my own thing. And I wanted to earn money. I wanted to do all of that.
So you weren't actually looking forward to dentistry. You're looking forward to all
the freedom,
the things that come with being a non-student.
Yeah.
It's not like I can't wait to open my practice and Or I'm asking, I don't know. What were your plans after dental school?
Just working.
Just working.
Yeah, just working.
So then, did you go and work for the Department of Health, KZN, for that 5 years?
For 5 years.
Where in?
I worked in Pagedi.
Okay, that's Natal.
In Melbourne. And then I moved to Northwest.
Northwest Province. It's another province. After the 5 years, you moved to also the state hospital in the Northwest.
I worked in a place called Itsuseng and was close to Mafikeng.
Okay. And now?
Then I moved the side. Got a job in Ekurhuleni.
That's in like near Joburg.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what's the place called?
It's all over Ekurhuleni, but like I'm based in Tembisa for now.
So do you move around?
Well, it's a one thing because sometimes they want to relieve in a clinic.
Yeah.
And then you go and you work there.
And how is it working in government? I think you're the first.
It's a lot, yes.
Yeah.
It's a lot. We're really under-resourced.
Yeah.
And we're not growing.
Under-resourced how?
You'll have one dentist that is servicing a community that is so big. Yeah.
How many patients do you see like a day and things like that?
40 to 60 sometimes, depending on the day.
You, one person?
There's 2 of us with my ComServe.
And what are you doing there? Like everything?
Not everything. We're doing extractions, surgicals. We do biopsies also. We do SAPs, fillings.
Scale and polish, fillings.
Dentures.
So what don't you do?
Endo.
Root canals.
We don't do endos.
Yeah, I'm using the lay term.
We don't do root canals.
Don't do root canals. You don't do braces.
Don't do
orthodontics. Like, is there anything you look forward to doing?
Right now, I'd say no.
In dentistry, yeah? Yeah.
I don't know. It's just... In government, it's just taken away a lot of, like, hope for me. We're really under-resourced.
What hope? Hope for what?
Like, better quality of services. We're not growing, Yash.
If you needed the dentist, would you go to your facility?
If I had no options, yeah.
No.
If I had options, no.
You do have options, so that's what I'm asking you specifically.
Me?
Yeah.
No. I'll come here.
Okay. Why?
I have my medical aid in it.
No, but why would you come here?
Just more better environment.
Okay, so like the ambience and...
Everything. I'm not saying it should be like this, but there's a lot of things that we can do that is better. Like hire more doctors. We need more doctors. We need more dentists. And I don't know what's going on with the government.
No, but like here, there are only 3 dentists, right? But I guess they work on appointment and they don't have to see 60 patients a day.
Yash, I can't even tell you, like even when we're seeing that amount, we still get complaints. Okay. That's how bad it is because the population is growing.
So they're waiting a long time.
They're waiting a long time.
Sitting in hot, stuffy waiting rooms, coming early in the morning.
By the time you get to the 6-year patient, you are finished.
Okay. I'm starting to understand now.
It's not, ideally, you'd want to see like 10.
Yeah.
Then you can be more comprehensive. Now it's just like, you're just dealing with main complaints. You don't even have. Then it's going to be like, that doctor is good. This one is not good. What makes a good doctor?
Okay, I get you.
You get me?
So there's no time to like actually connect with the patient. It's just sausage factory.
I remember this other time when I was relieving at Edenvale and they only see a less amount, like maybe 10 or 15 people on that day. And I was able to have a conversation with the patients. I had a nice day. And I was talking to them and they're like, you're such a nice person. I'm like, yeah. You know, you talk to them and you fix whatever they want. And then they go on and now when you're working in an environment that is like that,
it's not conducive to.
It's exhausting. It's exhausting.
It's exhausting for you and for the patient. And nobody wins, right? You burnt out. I get you. Now I understand.
Better.
So that's why, it's not about the actual facility that you've got a problem with or the quality of care that's being given there. It's just the experience. The user experience.
And the amount of, I feel like if we were more, it would be better.
Yeah, for everybody here. Yeah, because if you're talking about this place, you'd rather come here. But let's just say they had the exact same patient load here.
Then it would just
be the same.
It would be the same. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. Then you.
So what I'm saying is, we're not growing.
Yeah.
You can't have one dentist with a growing community.
You can't accommodate. The patient load. Yeah. So how do you change this? How do you fix this?
Everyone needs your attention. Everyone needs help.
How do you fix this?
You need more doctors.
But who do you go to and say, I need more doctors? Like, how do you...
And government?
Yeah.
You have to go through the channels of districts and Department of Health and all of that.
So you're going to try and do that, or...?
We've tried.
Okay.
You think we haven't?
I don't know, yeah. Maybe you haven't. So you've tried all that?
Tried. They just tell us there's no budget for that. And it's sad. It's sad because you'll have, like my situation, there's one clinic here. Then there's multiple clinics around, right? And I know with doctors is similar as well.
Medical
doctors. They have the same issues as well.
Yeah.
But my clinic will have dentistry. So guess what? Oh, they're just going there. Now, what about that clinic and that clinic and that clinic? Why can you not furnish those clinics with dentistry as well to make services available?
Distribute
the services, and it's more flowing. Then you can treat patients. Then you can holistically manage.
So you're telling me there are the facilities. It's just that with a little bit of
there's even a mobile unit, but dentistry is not prioritized. Well, they say it's a budget thing.
Okay.
So.
But it seems to be more like a logistical admin type of thing. If it was just shifted around.
Yes, everybody comes to my clinic for dentistry.
Yeah.
I'm the only one who offers dentistry in my clinic. Well, in that particular area.
Okay, you're painting
like 5.
This is a very...
5 clinics.
It sounds like... It sounds gloomy.
Yeah.
But maybe is there any optimism for like improvement?
I will always be optimistic.
Okay.
Always.
So you're going to keep pushing and keep...
But one thing I know for sure is that our manager is doing the best he can.
Okay.
Yeah, but like, what can you do? But like, my problem is that we are not growing and the population is growing.
Okay.
Each household has about 4 people, an average of 4 people. And you must know, we're catering not only to South Africans, we're catering to immigrants and everybody.
Yeah, yeah. All right. So what do you look forward to then? Not work-wise. What do you do? Like, I mean, okay, if you have to ask me, if somebody came to me and said, what does Leero love doing? I have to guess. I'd be like, okay, traveling, going to New York specifically, fashion. Like, I know you, in my mind, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. You're big into like fashion and like clothing and luxury stuff. Like, you always laugh at me and say, yes, all you want is like a new iPhone and a new gadget and you're happy in life. You're not too far off.
I mean,
would you?
I just say that sometimes just to like piss you off, not because I really mean.
No, I know you have. It's a bit of banter, but
like I want to get
it's not
you
so
back.
far off, right? And I say to you, all you need
like,
is a new.
Like this, I like that. Like
I'm like, all you need is a new Birkin or a new Hermes or LV and.
Yeah, you're learning new words now.
I'm learning, boss. I read things. I read things. Hermes. I even pronounced it right.
It's Hermes.
Not Hermes.
No, it's Hermes.
Hermes.
Yeah.
All those things. And this is Makosa, right?
Yeah. How did you know?
I know this because I'm clued up, boss. I'm not only iPhone and this and that.
Oh, that's so cute.
Look at me. Can't you see I'm dripping?
Ew, with your Air Max. Yeah. Okay, yes.
And this shirt, look at this.
What shirt is that?
What does it say? ULC. You know what this is?
What?
So we've got a WhatsApp group full of friends, right?
God.
It's called, what is it called? It's called the No Invite Crew. I don't know if you saw the interview with the engineer, Amit. So he's one of the guys that are on there. Yeah. And they all play golf. I mean, like, they have an annual thing. They call themselves the UL. I don't know what it means, but the C stands for crew. They call themselves this.
Okay.
And whenever they have a golf day, like annually, they'll make new shirts and belts and stuff, right? And now, you know, I don't play golf, right?
Yeah.
I still need to learn. So whenever they're organizing and say who wants a shirt, whatever, I say, yeah, give me one also. And this is their shout out to Dr. Dustin Ramdas, who organized all this stuff. He's a physician in Durban.
Okay.
I'm going to get him on the show. But yeah, I'm dripping. Look at me. My Air Maxes and
the socks?
Woolworths socks, I think, and Mr. Price. Anyway, back to you, please.
To me.
So I would think that fashion, all that kind of stuff, luxury.
I mean, I just like nice things. I like things that will last and things that don't go out of style and things that I can wear over and over again. I don't like buying in bulk.
Yeah.
I don't like, I like to have the same stuff over and over again. And I love things that I can pass down.
Yeah. So you must take my advice and Pick n Pay clothing.
Pick n Pay is clothing?
Stop it. Okay, so what do you enjoy? Like, what are you into? Like, what's your passion? If you were to say, I'm passionate about something.
Passion? I'm passionate about life.
Yeah? What about life?
Yeah, I just love being happy and just living my life and being free.
So what makes you happy? And you already said being at home, so you can't give me that answer.
I love cooking.
Yeah. If you had to be around people, who would you choose to be with? Yeah.
I don't need people to be happy.
Yeah. That's a good, I mean, I like that answer. It's an honest answer. So you can be happy with yourself.
Yeah.
And what, like reading a book or watching TV or what?
Love reading. I used to have a bad connotation with it because it's academia.
Yeah, yeah.
It's associated with that. So
you're reading stuff a lot now, what?
Right now I'm reading The Subtle Art of Not.
Okay, I know that one. It's a big orange book.
Yes.
Yeah, and it's got a big F word in it.
Yes.
A short F word.
Yes.
So you enjoy all that stuff?
Yeah, I love reading books. There's a book that I want to get. My friend is launching a book on dating. One of my cousin's friends, Dudu, on dating. I'm curious to read that. She's like a dating coach.
Dating coach? Okay, well then you must let us know about it when it comes out.
Yeah, I'm going to a book launch next month.
Okay.
My social life has actually become more flamboyant lately. But I choose where I want to go. I'm not going to everything.
So what are you going to?
Yesterday I was supposed to attend Gordon's annual party, like a brunch.
What's that?
Like I was so sick. He has like themes. He just throws parties.
Is Gordon a friend of yours?
Yeah.
Okay.
Gordon is a larger than life kind of guy. Yeah, I love him to bits though. He had a party yesterday. I was supposed to go to that. I didn't go. I was very sick yesterday, so unfortunately I couldn't make it. And then there's something that I'm going to next week. I don't remember what it is, but there's something that I'm attending next week as well.
So you go to events?
I don't go to a lot of them. I'm very choosy.
What type of events?
First I look at the age group.
Oh, so you mean it's just a party? It's a gathering. It's not like I'm going to like some sort of art museum type of thing.
I like those things, actually. Actually, I love art.
Yeah.
I never had appreciation for that. But now I love it.
Yeah. And New York, you going there again?
I don't go a lot anymore. Last year I went to Thailand.
Yeah.
Remember?
Yes, I remember you telling me you went to Thailand. Yeah. How was that?
That's where we're going. I have a friend group that I travel with now.
So traveling is a thing for you, big thing. One of the things.
I've made a budget for it.
Okay.
It brings me so much joy to be in a foreign country and not know anybody and just be like enjoying the culture there. This year we're planning on going to Turkey.
Okay. And any other bucket list like travel destinations?
Definitely I want to go to the Far East, Japan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Japan. Yeah, Yak has been there. Yak went there recently.
That's why I'm obsessed.
Yak was in an earthquake in Japan, in Tokyo. He was in it was December last year or the year before.
What happened to his hand? Was it
Watch the first episode.
Was it the
Everest?
Climbing up?
Yes, he went to Everest and he lost fingers.
The frostbites.
Long story short, yes. Watch the first episode. It's only 2 hours. It's only 2 hours.
That is brutal.
Yeah. That's why he's not practicing. Okay, so he went to Japan. Yeah. You always sending me, I don't know, maybe it's because I'm Indian, but you are always sending me videos and memes about Indians.
Yes.
I'm like, are you obsessed with Indians?
No, you are not an Indian. Who said you were Indian?
Okay,
you are a Zulu stuck in an Indian body. And you know it.
Oh, this is definitely going in the trailers. Who
said that?
Why do you say this?
Yes. You're the most un-Indian person in the Indian community. I don't even know. What do you do there? Like, do you even attend anything?
But why are you saying I'm Zulu? Like,
yes, you do. Like, even your ways.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's growing up KZN. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
You say you were growing up.
You have to elaborate, man.
Yeah. The way you are, the decisions
for the benefit
you
of my mother, who I think watches this. Like,
the way you think.
Give me one example.
Sense of humor.
Yeah. Okay. Don't. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like what? It's Zulu.
Yeah. Like, even when you're cracking a joke and it's all, but like.
Okay, well, actually, never thought. What are you? What do you identify as? What are you? Are you colored?
No, I'm black.
You're black?
Yes.
Zulu?
Zulu.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you would know.
I would know.
You would know.
I have every right to say that to you.
Okay, good.
And I'm sure it's not the first time you've heard that.
It is the first time that somebody's told me I'm a Zulu trapped in a... What?
First time?
Yeah.
In an Indian body?
I think so, yeah.
Nobody has ever said that.
Nobody said that, but I don't disagree with.
Have you not heard like instant windows, like people just making this little commentary in the back, like, yeah, she's so Zulu.
I can understand some Zulu, and I've overheard some people talk about me, and they were embarrassed when I said, "Oh, like when I indicated that I understood," but nobody said to me that, and I take it as I take it as a compliment.
Yeah.
It's
not a bad.
It's cool. I think it's super cool. There was something we were going to say. Can't remember now. But I'm going to take that.
You said that I like to travel Japan and all of that.
No, on the Zulu thing. Look, maybe, we've been around for generations, right? Yeah. I'm South African. I agree with you. I'm not Indian. I don't have any family in India. I don't have any roots there. I think the ancestors, obviously, we all come from there. So obviously along the line, there might be some actual Zulu DNA in me.
You could never know. You never know. Yeah, you never know.
Of course. It would be actually surprising if there isn't.
You've been to India, right?
I've been to India twice, yeah.
I really want to go. And I keep telling you this. And I always tell you when you go, I want to go with you.
But that's why I think you're obsessed with Indians. I'm telling you, you're always sending me Indian things. And now it makes less sense. Because if you're saying that I'm not Indian, why are you sending me all these Indian memes and jokes?
Because you're the closest Indian person I know. Like, what?
And then you're sending me stuff on Canada, but Indians in Canada.
Can we not talk about it?
Okay, right, fine. We won't talk about it. Why? I mean, I think it's funny.
Shout out to Puration.
Yeah, Puration's an Indian in Canada, South African in Canada.
Yeah, let's say that.
Yeah. Okay.
Because he's probably also like, yo, I don't know what the hell is going on here.
So you want to go to India? Why? Fascinating country.
I feel like it's very fascinating, very interesting, and I'm obsessed with the food. I cook like an Indian.
Yeah, okay.
Yes, I cook like an Indian.
Where do you get that from? You think it's...
everybody.
You think it's... No, I mean, like, where does this come from? Like,
I grew up in Durban.
Yeah.
I put curry in everything, even in my breakfast. Like, I have mango with curry powder.
Did you have lots of Indian friends growing up? Or did your grandma influence the cooking?
I didn't have a lot of Indian friends. So it's just how we grew up. The Durban culture.
Weird, huh?
It's just normal.
It was indirect.
It was infused in everything. Like, even the bus was called a minor. Remember?
Oh, yeah, okay. People won't get that. Some people
won't get it.
Because there's a bird in India called an Indian myna.
Myna.
Which is actually, it's an alien species. It comes from It's not like native to here.
It's come from India?
Yeah, I think it took over.
Oh my God, that is so crazy. It's all over. Even in Joburg, there's Indian miners. I'm like, just like that bus. They even had like a little picture of the miner.
It's almost like Silicon Valley, like...
Can I just say, growing up in Durban is a vibe, yes.
You think so?
I wouldn't trade it for the world.
Durban is top.
I loved it. I don't know now. Now it's different. It's just...
No, but we always hear Durban.
But like back then, in our era,
yeah,
Durban was the vibe.
I think it still
is.
We had
a nice transportation. You still think it is?
I think it still is. I just think a lot of us ex-Durbanites don't give it the credit it deserves. I'm glad you're giving it its credit. Durban is people love going there, like for holidays. It's got the best weather in winter. It doesn't feel like winter. The warm ocean, the lovely food.
But do you think the vibes are still the same?
Probably not. Like, it depends what vibe you're talking about. Like, but after COVID, a lot of things changed, right?
Yeah.
But Durban, I think, has a lot of potential. And from what I'm reading and seeing, it's turning around like you won't believe.
I want the old back. I want the old Durban back.
Yeah, well, we can make that happen. Just don't go to New York and emigrate. You ever thought of emigrating?
No.
Your mom's been there for her whole life.
She's moving back.
She's moving back?
Yeah.
That's a good thing.
Yeah, I'm happy.
Awesome. You want to elaborate? You want to talk about that?
Yeah, well, it's got nothing to do with Donald Trump. She was planning to move back. Let me just say that.
Okay.
Yeah, she's not deported. She's an American citizen. Okay.
Yeah.
That was then. This is now. People evolve.
But what is she? Don't tell me she's going and moving to like Camps Bay or Clifton.
No. She's going to be living here in Johannesburg.
Dollar money.
In North Riding.
Okay.
Yeah.
So she's going to have those dollars. They're powerful here. So you're looking forward to it?
Yeah, of course.
That's awesome. When is she moving? This year?
I think maybe in 2 years. But she's trying to set everything up. Then they slowly, not just like boom,
That's so cool, man. I'm looking forward to meeting her.
It's a privilege to have that.
I'm looking forward to meeting her. Because you always...
Every time she comes, we're always like busy. She left last week.
Will she watch this?
Probably. I'll send it to her.
Yeah, send it to her. Tell her to watch it. Tell her it's that other Zulu guy that you always talk about.
Actually, we tried to organize.
Look at me assuming that you talk about me. But does she know?
Yeah. I've spoken to you about it. Spoken to her about you.
Yeah.
But I don't know if she remembers. She only remembers Cerule.
Okay.
And that's because Cerule is like Cerule. Like she's different. You know? I miss her.
Yeah. When was the last time you saw her?
The last time I spoke to Cerule was on Facebook.
Yeah, but in real life?
I haven't seen her in years.
Okay.
I would love to see her and just hang out with her. I miss her.
I think we can end up talking for like 4 hours. And I don't mind. I think I've got enough space on the memory card.
Okay.
But I must put in this question that I always put in, like every show. Like, if somebody comes to you, somebody that respects you, okay, let's just put it this way. Let's just say you're the light-skinned, tall, colored dentist in Cape Town.
With the Rolex.
With the Rolex that's doing her thing. And a young Leero Majority patient comes to...
Wow.
And, okay, let's just say you are you. Not even that guy. You are you're dripping in makosa and
not
all this stuff.
Though.
Or you don't...
in scrubs.
Okay, but let's just say in their eyes you're dripping.
Yeah.
And they say to you, Doc, this is amazing. I want to be...
I've had a lot of people that have come and shadowed. Last year, I think I had about 6.
Who are these people?
Wits apparently has this program when you want to study medicine or dentistry. I don't know about the other subjects. If you want to do those, you have to go and shadow a doctor for like 2 days or something like that. And they always come.
I didn't know this.
To me. Yeah.
That's cool.
So I always get the new, and it brings me so much joy.
Yeah.
So much joy.
How come?
Because they're young and I'm just like, wow, you guys really are much more mature than how we were at your age group. And they focus. And some of them come back and tell me, hey, I got in. Thank you. Blah, blah, blah.
Did I just hear you right? So are you saying that these youngsters are probably much more mature than we were at our age?
I think so.
That's a good thing. Every generation talks badly about the lower generation.
Smarter. No.
Yeah.
They grow up way faster than us.
And you're saying they're mature and they know their stuff and they've got their heads screwed on.
Yeah.
I'm glad to hear
we were so immature, Yash.
I'm glad to hear this. Because we always talk about the new generation has gone to the, into the pits.
I mean, Gen Z, we're millennials, right?
Millennials, yeah. I think we're now in Gen Alpha or Beta.
Oh, God.
Yeah, the new generation is Gen Beta.
Anyway.
Okay, so these people come shadow you and it brings you joy.
I love it.
Do they ask you questions? Do they just follow you?
Everything, and I try to... and they actually talk to each other. I didn't even know that. They're like, oh, wait, oh, yeah, he's really good. I'm like, there we go with that word.
Wait, you lost me. Explain.
They talk to each other. Some of them are like, oh, okay, go. Then they'll recommend like, oh, go to him. He's pretty good. Oh,
the students among themselves.
Yeah.
They've got WhatsApp and all these groups and everything. And they communicate. And
they communicate. Even the patients, they communicate. They're like, go to that doctor. He does well.
They do their research.
Yes. Oh, try this one. Oh, I get a lot of referrals. Not referrals. Well, yes, referrals from private doctors that don't want to do surgical.
Private practice, they come to the state. You see, so...
They don't want to do surgicals in private. The litigations and all of that.
Oh, you mean... The private doctors are reluctant to do surgical procedures,
in particular.
Surgical procedures in their practice.
Or they will do it, right?
Yeah.
And then something goes wrong.
So they actually refer to the state. Okay.
All the time. I don't know how many. I think I have like a box full of referral letters like that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so these students come to you and then what, do you like encourage them or what do you say to them? Don't go do vet science. Go do vet.
No, I don't even talk about that.
Yeah.
I don't even talk about that. I just like, why dentistry? Why not this? Why not that? And then I always ask them, don't you want to do medicine? Like as a bait?
Just to suss them out.
Suss them out if they really...
What do they say?
No, I don't want to do it.
That's really... I'm encouraged by this.
Then there's others that are... They're different backgrounds. Some are from lesser... and others are from like privileged, like this other one is in high school and he drives and he came in. I'm like, hey, you're driving a Mazda
in high school
SUV.
Wow.
Yeah. And his mother's a doctor, his dad is a dentist. I'm just like, wow.
I think it's cool that WITS has this program. Didn't know.
I don't know if Pretoria also does it.
We never had that.
No, we were in... Yes.
No, this is promising for me. I'll tell you what, I genuinely believe that a lot of issues can be changed if people just get into healthcare for the right reasons and knowing what they're getting into. Not just saying, eeny, meeny, miny, mo, let me do vet science and then...
Get into anything, yes. You need to be passionate about whatever it is that you're doing.
But how do you know you're passionate?
If you are, I don't know, security guard.
No, I disagree with you. How do you know you're passionate about something? Like, you even got into dentistry.
Until you do it.
Are you passionate about dentistry?
No.
So...
They can even do it. They can even do it at, they can do this thing, go into dentistry, and then when they start working, then it changes.
That's what I'm saying.
At the beginning, they were.
No, but it's still, at least it's giving them an opportunity to have a taste of what it's like. We went in there, remember, first time you went to the dentist.
I would have went back to Kale's Refill and I've been like, where did that?
Yes, the first time you went to a dentist was at that age. You didn't know what it was like. You got into it not knowing. Am I right?
Yeah.
And do you think that if you had the opportunity,
I didn't have the luxury to be able, because I didn't know anybody.
But listen to this. If you had the opportunity to do what WITS people are doing now,
I would have enjoyed it. I would have appreciated it.
No, but do you think you would have gotten into dentistry? You would have decided to do dentistry.
I would have done it.
Okay.
Because that would have given me enough exposure. To it to make a sound. You're only gonna know with time.
So the answer to my question, which I had in mind, is if you could do dentistry, if you had to go back, and if you could choose it again, you'd still choose it. You'd still choose dentistry.
Yeah, I still choose it. Another thing to point out is that a lot of my colleagues, because I get a lot of ComServes, and then a lot of my colleagues, they always say, oh, Dr. Majority, you're such a good teacher. You're good at educating and training people and stuff like that.
Okay.
And I didn't even know that. And it brings me a lot of joy.
That's interesting.
I didn't even know that. Maybe I'm evolving. I don't know. And I was never really, maybe I was a little bit. So? I don't know. And I'm like, oh, I actually like this because even now I have a comp serve, right? And I'm pouring into her so that she can get better, you know. She comes in, you know, when you come in, you don't know really much. You've done like maybe 20 extractions for the year or something like that. And you done one endo and blah, blah, blah. But like, then you start teaching them, and then the other comps are like, oh, can we please go to Leero Majority's clinic? Then maybe you can teach us all together and stuff like that. I love it.
It brings you joy.
Brings me joy.
And when did you discover this? Only recently?
Only recently.
So we never know. Maybe university lecturer might be on the card sometime?
Maybe. I don't know. But like...
please look into it. If it brings you joy, there's nothing better to do. Because you put your heart into it, and I think students will benefit. I love
seeing somebody grow.
Students will benefit.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Especially young people, and they grow and they become better, and they get more skills.
Okay, so the next time you're on, we're going to be talking about what it's like to be a lecturer at the University of Pretoria.
Oh my word! Why would you say Pretoria?
You got to go back and transform. Maybe it is transform. Look, I don't know what it's like now. I think it is. I mean, I enjoy it.
One of my assistants works there now. She moved from my clinic and she now works there. Shout out to Melta. She is working with Professor Ngabule.
Oh, Ngabule. Yeah, she used to be our supervisor.
I was like, what? Who said that? She said, what? She said, Professor Ngabule. I'm like, that was Dr. Ngabule. Like back in the day. I was like, oh, yes. Wow, that is so nice.
Yes,
like everyone's like growing and stuff. You know what I mean?
And let me tell you.
She even went to the top floor.
Oh, wow.
And she took a picture of our photo, our class photo for 2010. Oh, God.
Listen, I go and I give presentations there every year.
Yeah. On
ethics and stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, the class is not like how it was when we were there. It's mixed, scattered. That's my experience.
Really?
My a few touch points that I had with the university.
So would you say we were the last?
We might have been.
Because there's no more rag, there's no more nothing, there's no more...
Actually, now that I talk about it, I mention it, because UFT was 2 years below us, right?
Yeah.
Their class was much different to ours, the dynamics.
They were more integrated.
So I think...
So we were like holding on to the last remnants of
the old
regime.
Stop it. Yeah, okay.
Still alive and kicking, baby.
But we had a good class. We had good people. I believe that. I genuinely, I don't think it was a malicious thing. That's my personal. You might disagree with me.
It was a system.
It was just circumstances and upbringing. But maybe I'm being too generous and too, generous.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Leero, anything else you want to talk about? Anything else before we wrap up? Any questions for me? Any questions you want me to ask you that I haven't asked you?
We can talk about LBGT with relations to the medical field.
Yeah, please tell me.
I get a lot of patients that are LBGT in my clinic, and they always feel kind of like intimidated or sad or scared to come. And I love how, I'm not speaking from my clinic's perspective, how open we are. Like I said, even on our files, we ask like, what do you identify as and all of that. And I've had a lot of them come and say, hey, you are such an inspiration. Me? Yeah. So growing up in Newlands, I like to say I was not bullied for my sexuality.
Yeah.
Even though I didn't know what it was.
Yeah. You're not bullied?
No, I wasn't.
Okay.
I wasn't. Maybe I was lucky, but I never really was bullied. Maybe once or twice, like random, but it wasn't like, and I'm grateful for that in a way. But like, I would say growing up in Newlands, being LBGT, being black, being all of those things, has made me who I am today. All of those things.
The collective experience.
Collective experience.
Yeah.
And then also going to America and all of that. All of those things have made me who I am, and I wouldn't change it for the world, and I am grateful for that. If I had to go back and look, I wouldn't change my life for the world. Yeah. I'm so grateful, and I'm so privileged to have lived a life like that.
Yeah.
Even if it was not necessarily perfect.
Yes. It's so good to hear this, man.
Yeah. I always reflect.
Yeah.
And I'm also looking at all my friends as well. I'm looking at you. I'm looking at Yufti. You guys, man, I'm just so proud of you all.
Oh, thank you.
Everybody is just doing their thing. We're all not like necessarily the same, but like we're all doing our thing. And yeah, and I'm glad I took the call.
Yeah. Wow.
I'm glad I took that call, because then I wouldn't have met you. I wouldn't have been in the space of dentistry. As much as I'm not as passionate as I would like to be.
And I think you found a passion.
But like, in a way, I'm grateful because I found something that I actually like.
Yes.
And who knows what tomorrow holds. But like, shout out to University of Pretoria, man. Those tests, those multiple choice thingies that we're doing on the computer where we had to click.
CBTs.
Those CBTs were killers. Yeah. And we had them on Mondays for anatomy. They'll like pull a string. What nerve is this?
So you're grateful for all of these experiences?
I'm grateful.
Yeah.
I'm so grateful.
So the one message to people watching is take the call.
Take the call.
Yeah.
Give it a whirl.
Yeah.
You never know. And I'm so glad that there's so many young ones who are more focused than us and who really want this. And they're all from different backgrounds. There's so many of them that not all people who look like me are from the ghetto. Some are living a very privileged life. And then some are not. Some are living with their grandmothers like me, and it's interesting. And they're all the same. They all want this. And that's what I love.
I love that too.
Yeah.
It'll only benefit the society if the healthcare workers that are in there are there because they want to be there, not because they just landed there.
Of course.
Yeah. So take the call. Dentistry was a literal calling for you, not a figurative one.
Yeah.
And take the call. It might be a literal call, like in your case.
Take the call. Give it a whirl. You're still young. Dentistry needs more doctors. And guys, please, can we just stop this thing of getting our degrees and leaving and going to furnish another country with our resources? And our resources are being given. And I also want to say, government, can you please take care of your healthcare professionals?
Okay.
Please.
I thought you were attacking me there because you said, like, don't get a degree and change careers and things. Because I don't practice.
That too.
Yeah.
That too. You know how I feel about you with all of that.
Yeah, I don't know, but I can imagine. And also, like,
it pissed me off.
I agree that, 5 years of resources spent on me and I'm not even doing what the university...
You have all of these skills. You're walking around with all of these skills and you're mising us of the services.
Well, at least I'm giving my colleagues an opportunity to talk about these things and hopefully inspire. Definitely. I think people watching this will be inspired by your story. I told you that you're going to inspire people when I sent you that email, and I know it will happen.
God, it was such a journey to come here. I am a very nervous person and I'm an introvert and...
Well, do you regret doing this now?
No, I don't.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, it wasn't what I thought it was going to be. Yeah.
In a good way or in a bad way?
In a good way.
Thank you. Let's leave it at that. Thank you so much, man, for coming on. Let's go. In 5 years' time, we'll talk about your experience as
into
teacher,
academia,
a teacher and a lecturer.
Oh my God, maybe I can get my prof title. Since we're talking about titles, I can move from business class to first class.
And there will be students that send you testimonials and say, thank you for holding me through the thing. And I'm telling you, you never know. I'm sure that'll happen. I'm sure that'll happen.
I literally gagged when they came to me. This other one, she's doing her final year now. She was like, remember me? I'm like,
I see a million people, every day.
Then she explained, I'm like, oh my God, God bless you. Wow.
It's a nice feeling, huh? Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, we'll talk about lecturing next.
Yeah.
Thanks, Leero. And thank you all for listening. Thanks. Cheers.